Don't mind if I do.
Covino and Rich.
Are you ready? Honestly, how do I deal with you every day?
Get ready. No.
You're on the radio.
Whoa! Yeah!
Holy mother nugget! And holy mother meatball!
I'm the smartest man alive! You're so ridiculous. What? You're such a fool. Get out of here.
Oh, I'm a disc jockey.
What's a disc jockey?
Here we go. Covino and Rich.
Let's go!
Yeah! Here we go! Welcome to our, what's today, Tuesday? Taco Tuesday Spectacular. Yeah. LeBron James' favorite day. We are Covino and Rich. Thank you guys for being here. Hope you had a great Monday night. Hope you enjoyed the Borchler. I like the Borchler. You know what? I actually wrote down. Yeah. Bachelor. Yeah, more like the Borchler.
Only because I saw a headline that I needed to ask you about.
Man.
Trust me, we'll get to relationships.
What was that shit? We could doodle do.
We have a friend in need. We'll talk about butt cheeks. We'll talk about all the stuff people love. What? Like COVID, politics, you know?
Oh, religion.
None of that.
All that sort of divisive shit. That's what we're here to do. Make people angry. And of course, rock out, let's go! Put some steak on it, Spot.
Oh my God!
All right, welcome to the show. Let the Wild Rumpus begin.
Dumbass!
Dumbass.
I combined two things there. You see my genius? Let the Wild Rumpus begin. Taco Tuesday.
The under 500
Tacos Locos.
LeBron James.
No.
Pussy.
He's still playing as hard as he ever did. He said he carried an entire franchise. He saved an entire franchise, an entire organization when he was 18. He doesn't feel the pressure now. He lives for that.
Yeah.
Meaning,
Hey, you know what?
he saved the Cavaliers when he was 18 years old. He feels pretty confident and comfortable now, even though the Lakers are stinking. Like Abe motherfucking Lincoln.
Oh,
That thing was stinking.
your daily Abe Lincoln reference.
He was stinking.
There you go.
He was stinking. Hey, we're approaching not only Valentine's Day, Papa, but President's Day. January's almost over.
I know. I was telling
Where'd it go?
I was telling Spot earlier. Every year the sentiment is, man, what is it, January 94th? Like everyone thinks January's long. I feel like January fucking flew, to be honest.
I'm
This
with you,
year
man.
breezed by.
Right?
I'm with you.
It really did.
I don't know what it is.
What happened?
It's all that stress.
Is that it?
I don't know, man. But what's up, Mike? What's up, Taco Ren? What's up, Jessica? What's up, Michael? Everyone on the Patreon, on the Patron, on the YouTube, the Discord, that cord. Everyone in their car, we appreciate you guys. Thank you very much.
Well, a friend in need we're going to get to today, and it has to do with changes. We'll get to that. There's a question I have about dumpster diving, a mask question,
Dumpster diving.
some drama show, but Spot,
yeah.
right out the gate, can you pull this clip that I
Is
sent
that what
you?
Rich used to call hooking up with busted chicks in the early 2000s?
Dumpster diving?
Was that it?
Dumpster diving tonight.
Tonight's a dumpster diving type of evening.
We're going dumpster diving.
I'm gonna grace.
I need a slump buster, you know what I mean?
I'm gonna grace some nuthy with my D.
Yeah, just, I don't care if she's ugly or whatever. I'm going dumpster diving.
Like
Dumpster
she
diving.
deserves it.
Yeah, I'm going to make some girls' dreams come true tonight. Go dumpster diving.
She's gonna talk about me for years.
All right, so anyway,
Diving in.
let's start where we left off. Last night, well, yesterday was a decent day. You had a good day or what? You have a nice day?
Yeah,
You have a nice Monday?
I guess so, yeah. I was told Spot to pull a clip. And yes, we can start with yesterday. I'm trying to think. What did we do
I
yesterday?
mean, you could pull a clip. You have no clip.
I'm ready.
You ready?
Just
Oh,
wait,
roll.
I'm waiting. Is it the one you just sent me?
Yeah, it's the one you said. But yesterday, I mean, it was a Monday. What did you do?
Monday?
Nothing.
I sort of just lounged around. Walked. You don't want to hear me talk about how I just walked around my kitchen, back to the couch, back around by the kitchen, looked into the pantry,
Decided if you wanted to eat something.
looked into the fridge.
Wild, man.
Jordan said, "You're not
Wild.
hungry. You're just bored." And I was like, "She's right. I'm not hungry. I'm just bored." I shut the fridge. I walked back to the
right.
couch. I laid there for a few seconds, scratched my nuts, got back up, slid around on my socks again, went to the pantry one more time, see if there's. I'm waiting to see one day when I open up the fridge.
Man, someone stocked it in the last 10 minutes?
No, if the carrots are skating around like they did in Pee Wee's Playhouse.
That could happen.
I want to see if the celery's hanging out with the strawberries. So anyway, continue. Your clip.
There's a clip that I want you to play, Spot, because I feel like this is the equivalent of if a good-looking guy hits on a girl, oh my God, it's cute. If a creepy guy hits on a girl, oh my God, leave me alone.
Leave me
weirdo.
alone. Leave me alone. Yeah, there's a double standard.
There is a double standard in
Hence the
so
word.
many things in life, right?
Right. Standard for Rich isn't the same standard for you. Or something like that.
Good-looking women.
I just sneak this to everybody.
Good-looking women
Bow-legged
get away with a little bit more than an ugly woman.
Oh, of course.
It's a truth.
Yeah.
Some jerk off with money could probably pull some shenanigans. Some broke guy can't.
Double standard.
Double standard.
Double standard.
So it has to
Double
do with
standard.
how you are perceived and how you are liked. And Patrick Mahomes took part in what could be arguably the greatest football game we've ever seen in our lives.
Abracadabra.
13 seconds. Magician Mahomes.
I love the meme that says, never let a woman tell you 13 seconds isn't long enough again.
Yeah.
It was long enough for Patrick Mahomes to win.
It's just a photo of Patrick Mahomes.
And then people continuously piling on the Cowboys saying Dak's run was longer than Mahomes' 2 plays.
Insane. What a magician.
And Travis Kelce saying he even went against the rules and called his own route where he's like,
They improv the entire last play.
yeah, that whole play
No,
that
no,
put
the-
them in
the
field goal.
drive. Yep.
The play that put them in
Yep.
field goal range
Yeah.
was an improv by Kelce. Who was like, yeah, I'm not listening to the play. I'm a fucking handsome rebel.
No, he calls it out too. He's like,
Yeah.
he's like, Kelsey, do it, Kelsey, do it.
He's like, hike.
Some shit like that.
got it, broski.
Yeah, they totally improv that route. It
Well,
was
he
like
said
a-
he said if he saw the linebackers drop, he said he was just going to split them like a nice pair of butt
he
cheeks,
split them, then he split.
go up the
them.
middle,
Yeah.
and boom, there you have it.
Yep.
Boom.
Kelsey took more than 13 seconds than Rich did in the early 2000s.
Oh man.
Yeah, he did. So there's a double standard.
There's a double standard. And here, my friends, is the video I want to show you. It's Patrick Mahomes' fiance spraying champagne
What a liability this chick is.
over the fans at Arrowhead. Now, watch it, and I have a thought before you chime in. So just let's watch the festivities, and who's recording it is also a factor. Jackson Mahomes.
Oh, of course he is.
The dancing, tick-tocking,
Of course he
flamboyant
is.
little brother of Patrick Mahomes, of course, is chilling with his brother's wife. And the reality is we should admire the fact that here's Patrick Mahomes, his wife-to-be, his baby mama, is friends with his little brother. They pal around. They have the relationship you'd want your family to have with your wife.
Yeah, but Spot's right. Both of them together, especially, are a liability.
Well, just watch the video. Spraying champagne.
she needs to chill. It's not about you.
Now, here's the thing. I agree.
Yeah, you know, that's what I kind of love about her, though. You know, she always supports me. She's my
like
biggest
wild.
cheerleader, you know, so, you know, she's just trying to make magic happen for herself, you know?
She's got like a wild side. I sort of.
Yeah, I got no problem with my brother or her. You know, they're very distracting, but I love them.
Well, here's my take, which is 100% accurate without even telling you. If this was Josh Allen's beautiful fucking wifey in Buffalo, if this was some hot chick Garoppolo was dating, or if this was Matthew Stafford's outspoken beautiful wife, people would be like, oh my God, how cool. But because it's Jackson Mahomes and her who have this irritating vibe about him, people are like, she should get like sued or kicked out of the stadium or this or that. And it's like, yo, do you know the beasts that go to a playoff game at Arrowhead? Do you think they care about getting champagne sprayed on them during the greatest game you've ever seen in your life? No way on earth. People just hate her.
People hate her, and yeah, they're looking to pounce at anything she or Mahomes' brother does at this point. But they brought it on themselves.
Dude, Joe Burrow,
They
if Joe
brought it on
Burrow was
themselves, though.
Burrow was dating some fine young
Cannibal?
cannibal, if Joe Burrow was dating some fine young woman and the Bengals advance and she's like, oh my God, bottles of champagne, People would fucking love it. People jump through tables in Buffalo. People face paint and wear fucking big medallions. Remember the jerk off when Dallas lost? That guy who was like a meme forever?
The big ears.
The big ears and the big necklace?
He's cheated on his girlfriend.
Do you see who goes to baseball games? Mutants. You think these mutants?
Beer helmet wearing, beer guzzling buffoons.
Bro, you are a mutant 90% of the time when you're raging at a football playoff game in the freezing cold.
Well, I have to back Rich up on this. She gets a lot of heat from social media and from the fans. But again, because
she's obnoxious.
She's obnoxious along with his brother. Patrick Mahomes, if you're not putting it together, we assume this is common knowledge. He's a superstar in the NFL. Arguably the greatest player in the NFL right now. He's the LeBron of the NFL. Did my voice just crack?
You were slipping into Mahomes.
He's the LeBron of the NFL. Exactly. I can't. I don't know. Something's going on my throat.
It's okay. I think I said Arrowhead instead of Arrowhead.
I believe slipping into your Elmer Fudd.
I believe Jackson Mahomes and Patrick Mahomes' girlfriend went Arrowhead.
When you're Patrick Mahomes, you don't need your goofy brother or your fiance drawing any unnecessary tension to them. You know, putting his reputation on the line.
Doesn't matter.
It does matter because it's not a good look for him. It's like, yo, stay out of it.
I'll tell you why.
Like, that doesn't mean you can't celebrate and you can't be your own person, but
tell me why.
Stop drawing all this attention to you. Like,
you.
It doesn't do anything positive for him. He's a brand. You know, I give Patrick Mahomes extra credit for taking the high road and allowing them to like get away with this, to be honest.
There's no
like,
one.
Take a back seat for just during the game.
There's no one that goes to those games. I promise you, that is mad that they got a little tiny champagne on them when your team just won, quite possibly.
Agreed.
The greatest game ever played.
You know how much beer was spilled at that
dude,
moment?
if you were at, how many times does a team score a touchdown and some jerk off in front of you is like, beer's going everywhere.
I guarantee you, $3 million worth of beer, which is like 20 beers at a stadium.
If you told me
was dropped all over the
they're going to get criticism, and guess who doesn't need that?
Because they're hated.
But guess who doesn't need that? Especially when they're supposed to be focused on the game and worried about other things.
Patrick Mahomes. I know
Patrick Mahomes doesn't need that.
Here, all right, but I feel like I have another point that makes me feel like I have.
Man, bro, you're bringing the points today.
Yeah, bro,
So-
you're like Steph Curry, man.
Yeah.
You should go for one more. Go for 3.
So when it comes to, like I said, the barbarians and mutants that go to these games,
Those guys that make the donuts?
No, those are barbarians.
Oh, I always confuse them.
I know.
I always now I feel dumb because I always go to Krispy Kreme and ask for the barbarian cream. No wonder they always look at me
I
funny.
only know one barbarian. It's Conan.
Yeah.
Man, I feel so dumb now.
Do you know any?
Oh, and and the guy in Legion of Doom spot, Barbarian.
Oh,
Look up old school wrestler, the Barbarian, and tell me this is not one of the worst WWF old school wrestling costumes.
Rashawn, I love you. Shout out to all the Rashawn Powers. He's right. Patrick Mahomes has no idea that any of this is happening while it's happening. But afterward, if you think he has no idea, you're wrong.
Yeah, because he goes home and he
absolutely
sleeps
does.
next to her, and he's with his family, and he gets it.
Sign
and he's
me up
on
for this
social
costume.
media.
Spot. That's the other Barbarian I know.
Isn't that the guy from the Capitol riot?
That's the guy that said, "Time to make the donuts."
Yeah, that's the guy that
stormed
the
the
Capitol
Capitol?
last year.
Oh yeah, I knew I recognized him. Man,
So
I'm just so off today.
while Mahomes doesn't know in the moment, Rashawn's right. Yeah, I mean, Tom Brady has even addressed when Giselle made a snide comment once. Like, he can throw and catch the ball. Yo, Tom's like, yo, baby, you got to settle down. Like,
Exactly.
so they hear it, but my point is, if it was Josh Allen's wife, if it was Matthew Stafford's girl, if it was anyone else, people would say the enthusiasm. The same way if it's a good-looking guy, oh my God, he talked to you at the bar. If it's a creepy guy, what a creep, go away. It's so circumstantial. If it was anyone but Jackson Mahomes TikTok dancing and her with her shriekish laugh and everything about her. But here's where I warn you, Kansas City Chiefs fans. There is one way to get in the bad graces of a man. and that's to talk about his woman. Oh. What's going to determine if Tom Brady plays another year in the NFL?
His supporting cast.
Giselle.
His chances of winning. No, I disagree. She's going to be supportive regardless of his decision. Although he said that, he wants to be there as a proper husband and father.
I honestly do not think that Tom Brady looks to Giselle to.
Did you not watch the documentary?
I don't think it's going to happen.
Did you watch the documentary?
I didn't. No. But when it comes to his career, I don't think it's.
She changed his life. She changed his life in
100% accurate.
She changed his life in a major way.
Yeah, but he's a stubborn son of a bitch.
All right, Barney Rubble.
What did you know about Tom Brady?
We play golf together.
It's like Aaron Rodgers when he's like, these reporters are fucking bums. They don't know about me. What the fuck do you know about Tom Brady's personal life?
I know enough to know that he's a very competitive individual and refuses to hang it up.
No, if you watch a documentary, it's not about.
I'd rather watch you on Netflix.
It's not about winning. It's about the competition Tom Brady likes, and he's okay to hang it up. In fact, yesterday he said he's okay going out that way.
He did say that.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Not in those exact words, but
you heard it here. Sports.
How many times has a player made a decision?
I'm a sports analyst on Fox Sports Radio.
How many times has a player made a decision based on what his wife or family wants? Probably.
It's a part of the factor.
Probably
for sure.
more than 50% of the time. That's the main factor. Hey, I'm a free agent. What are your options, babe? Well, I'm a fucking hotshot quarterback or a starting pitcher in Major League Baseball or an NBA starter. I don't know, babe. Do you want to live in LA? Do you want to live in Dallas? Do you want to live? If you don't think those are the conversations and the wife has a major input, because you know how much these wives and girlfriends sacrifice to be the wife of a pro athlete? Yes, you live the life of luxury and you have all these benefits, but it's not easy being married to an athlete.
Benny's, bro. Benny's.
Point is,
I need to marry an NFL quarterback.
Tom Brady is example and exhibit A as to why you don't want to fuck with Patrick Mahomes. Because I promise you, if Kansas City ever tried to turn their back on Mahomes' girl in any way, he's fucking out.
Yeah.
The same way Tom Brady, I'm telling you, Tom Brady would have finished his career in New England, if they embraced his trainer and listened to him more and everything.
That was part of it. His
part.
Relationship with Belichick was also a huge part of it.
What do you know about Tom Brady?
Same guy.
Exactly.
I mean, more than a guy that doesn't know any. I mean,
Oh,
it's like, yeah,
I'm
more than a guy
sorry.
that knows nothing about it.
When did you last have a conversation with each other? You're just going off speculation of other people. It
The
doesn't
year was
matter.
2007.
Everything's speculation.
You haven't followed his career for the past 20 years, and you didn't watch his documentary or do anything. You don't watch football or know football, so how are you, I don't get how you think you have the same insight.
How do you know his personal life if it's just fucking
Because he
football?
discusses it in his documentary and the influence his wife has on him and everything about it.
You're just making assumptions, though. Your assumptions are no different than my assumptions. They're assumptions.
And he also says,
That's like someone saying they have the same assumptions as like a scientist about COVID.
Yeah, but all these fucking people that are experts have no fucking more insight than people who are not experts that claim,
do you know more than fucking
I can
Joe Rogan about fighting?
I can equally predict.
Do you know more about basketball than
by the way, I can equally predict the outcome
Kenny Mayne?
of a fucking UFC fight as Joe Rogan. Because you know why? It's all speculation, but it doesn't matter. And you have a 50-50 chance of who's going to win. So I have an equal amount of fucking ability to predict.
Is he serious?
The outcome of anything.
I'm just reading Bill's
Bill's
feedback.
probability.
Bill Jackson says, "What a weird conversation. No, I know him better. No, I know him better. No, I know him better.
It's a matter of someone. It's a matter of someone saying It's just a matter of someone not knowing anything on a subject and thinking that they just know as much as someone that knows the subject. That's
I want to
all.
back you up on this. Much like Tom Brady addressed in the documentary, Patrick Mahomes hears the noise. They try to ignore the noise, but they hear the noise. You may think they're above that and they're focused on the game and they don't see what people are saying. They don't feel the buzz. They're not affected by people chirping at their wives, their family, their trainer. Tom Brady is very well aware of those things. So if Tom Brady's aware of those things, believe you me, a young Patrick Mahomes who gets in bed and the first thing he does is tweets out, "That was a fun game." He sees all the shit that people are saying about his brother, his wife, and that he sounds like Kermit the Frog.
If you don't think that Patrick Mahomes,
What Rich is saying is, it's in Kansas City's best interest to embrace
If you
his
think Pat-
annoying
my
wife and
point
his
is-
annoying brother.
my point is that if Kansas City wants to keep Patrick Mahomes happy, you keep his wife happy and his family
She
happy.
looks pretty happy.
No, but what I'm saying is, she's saying, I'm a winner, you guys are losers, which I think is, she's doubling down, and I think that's hilarious in itself. It's just that the only way to really get under a man's skin, no matter how tough he is, or no matter how thick his skin is, or
I got rumpled
I know.
man skin.
I know how.
disciplined he
To
is,
tell them they don't know Tom Brady as much as they think they do.
to tell them to talk
We're pals.
to talk negatively about their significant other in any way. Think
Rumpled
about it.
man
When
skin.
think
I'm
about
with
it.
you.
Even when your ex was wrong, Covino,
Yeah.
you had to defend her because she was your wife.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Even
Most of the time.
even a broken clock is right twice a day.
Yeah.
I mean, when her and Spot would get in battles, and Spot was 100% right, you had to double down and side with her.
No, I'm never right.
So the point is, never fuck with someone's wife or girlfriend. And if Kansas City and the Chiefs play it right, they won't even address the fans that are like, she should get disciplined or banned from the stadium or like reprimanded. They should be like, nah, I love her enthusiasm. Because if they say anything other than we love her enthusiasm, Patrick's going to be like, so like you're not embracing my family. Like how long is this relationship going to last? Like,
Well, let's look
because
at
there'll
it
be
this
a
way.
team, there'll
What's
be a
better?
Tampa Bay.
You addressed this yesterday. What's
know?
better, having some apathetic, unsupportive spouse or someone that's your biggest cheerleader ever? Like so much so they're annoying.
Right.
I would take the latter. I would take Mahomes' wife.
Yeah.
Not some fucking woman who's sitting there, too good to be bothered and non-supportive.
Yeah, but she also needs to be diplomatic. Like, I understand she's young.
Yes.
And she's having fun and she's palling around with the brother.
Yes, Lonnie. Yes, Lonnie. They
But
should put up with the shitty behavior because that's what we do for good-looking women. That's what we do for powerful people. That's just life. It's not right.
You want,
But are you like out of your mind?
you don't want, you want supportive, but you want supportive in the first lady sense of the word. You want like someone who's by your side, but also like knows how to present themselves.
Yeah.
But she's
don't
just having
step
fun.
in the way of anything positive for Patrick Mahomes. Don't try to outshine or
Michelle
get in
Obama.
the way
You want
of
Laura
his
Bush.
image. He's got his own brand, his own image going on. He doesn't need his stupid brother, and no offense, his wife, to be getting in the middle of that. You could do it tastefully.
Why is spraying champagne an issue? I agree. It
not.
happens at every sporting event. And
It's
people
not
are
an
throwing
issue at
beer.
all.
People are throwing
She's
beer
already
everywhere.
put a target on herself because she's so out there and about there. They're a little oversaturated for your typical wife and brother
Well,
of
anyway,
an NFL superstar.
Spot, just play the video one more time to wrap it up. And my only point is,
By the way, I have no issue.
My
with
point
it.
is
I have
not
no
about,
issue. I'm just backing up the story.
believe it or not, my point is not how much I know Tom Brady better than Spot. I'm just quoting the documentary and things you've seen over the last 20 years of sports. Players' wives are super influential. They're fucking pulling the strings.
I mean, anybody's wife, right?
What did the mom say in, I'll give you a movie I know you love, Spot, in My Big Fat Greek Wedding? Doesn't the mom say some line like,
She says, "Opa."
Opa.
besides Opa, doesn't she say
Then she
something
says,
like,
"Malaka."
Malaka.
You like it a juice, Malaka?
Behind every
yeah, that's what it was.
Greek man is a strong Greek woman. I don't know. Is that it? That's what I picture.
Something
I think
like
she said you
she's the
like it a
one.
juice,
Oh,
eh?
let's see if someone
She
can name it. Then
said-
it's a quote about like she's the one.
Have more lamb. Oh, that's what she says.
Have more lamb.
Have more lamb.
That's what it is.
Oh, I know.
That's what it was.
Bunt.
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 Bunt. No, bunt cake.
Bunt.
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 I never saw that movie.
Bunt.
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 That's what she says. Right?
A bunt.
Bunt. Bunt. Oh, bunt.
Well, now that
It's
I've said it,
That's
we
what
might
she
as well.
says.
Now that we said it, I might as well look up the quote. It says something to do with
That's
like.
it. No, she said,
like
"It's a
she's
cake."
he may be the head of the household, but I'm the one that turns the head or something. Something to that effect. Where like
I want you to
women.
figure it out because it's your quote.
All right, I'll look it up. Well, you could talk then.
Jesus Christ, Rich.
But I'll look it up. But hold on, you can talk then. Big Fat Greek Wedding.
You guys gonna fuck today or no?
Greek
I feel like I'm here in the middle. Like, what do you want from me?
wedding.
Rich. I offended Rich because he knows Tom Brady so well.
No, you are that would be like me speaking about Harry Potter and saying I know as much as you. And I'm like, well, it's a movie. I watched it, so I know as much as you.
So the scope.
The man is the head, but the woman is the neck, and she could turn the head any way she wants.
The scope of my knowledge in life is solely Harry Potter.
No, but that's like a pop culture thing you like. I'm not saying something important. It's something unimportant you like, Harry Potter.
It's
something
a
unimportant I like,
fictional-
football. Same thing. Unimportant. Football, unimportant Harry Potter.
Harry Potter is a fictional world with fictional characters. That's like saying, oh, I know Harry Potter. I've watched every Harry Potter. I know what fucking next movie Daniel Radcliffe's going to take in his life.
In Rich's defense, the year was 2007. We were interviewing Maria Menounos and McLovin. And in our peripherals, we saw Tom Brady and Alex Rodriguez schmoozing. And Rich really tried hard to make eye contact with Tom Brady. And I'm pretty sure Tom Brady was really looking at Maria Menounos, but he did go like this. And therefore, Rich has an edge on you. He did wave in our direction.
But the quote, to not
so
lose the
we
point
do
of,
have more of a relationship
to
than
not
you do,
lose,
Spot.
to not lose the point of the conversation. The man is the head, but the woman is the neck, and she could turn the head any way she wants.
And that being said, you're saying...
I'm saying the woman is the neck. So if like Tom Brady or
so
any
the
other
Kansas
athlete,
City Chiefs fans should embrace
Mahomes'
wife.
if you love Patrick Mahomes and you love Travis Kelce and you love the Kansas City Chiefs organization,
Bund.
you should 100% be like, yeah, I fucking love this girl and his goofy fucking brother. Because if you hate on them, what you're doing is you will eventually have Patrick Mahomes years from now be like, maybe I don't want to be here.
What does this have to do with Souvlaki?
Man is the head, but the woman is the neck. And she can turn the head any way she wants.
Really good movie.
Never saw it. Didn't sound cool to me.
No, it's really good. Really? It's fun. It's a fun movie.
Didn't have a ring to it, pun intended.
You would love it. You
Pun
know
intended.
Greeks.
I do know Greeks. Friends with a lot of Greeks.
You know so many Greeks.
I know a lot of Portuguese people, too.
The man is the head of the household. The
know a lot
woman
of,
is the
Asians.
neck.
All right. So, hey, Patrick Mahomes' wife continues to be in the news.
Austin Arnold wants my attention so bad today. Hi, Austin. Just want to say hi. All right.
Austin Arnold's a big guy. He threatened me on social media.
With what?
His size. He's like, yeah.
Yeah, Covino.
What are you trying to say? Right? That was you, right, Austin? Anyway, thank you for being here.
All right.
Appreciate you. Thank you, Daniel Javier Feets. Thank you,
I thought it blocked
Buzz.
him. Let me block him again.
Thank you, Cubs fan. Thank you, P10.
Not you, Austin. Jerkman. I thought I deleted. Yeah, I did block him. All right, good.
All right. Well, thanks for all the feedback. You could also text us at 412, the letters CNR show, 412-267-7469. That's also our number if you want to call and tell Rich that his point was stupid. 412-267-7469. Austin says, I didn't threaten you. All right,
Unless he was drunk, he said.
You know what? I can't tell you how often that happens. People talk so much smack, and then I'll be like, are you serious, bro? And they'll hit me up the next day like, yo, man, I was buzzing. I was angry about some shit, whatever. If it wasn't you, it was someone else. So either way, I appreciate it.
Look this up.
Either way, I don't really care that much. I appreciate it.
People are saying, like, Patrick Mahomes himself looks like he is eye-rolly at his brother and his wife.
Yeah, there's a video of him sitting there when they're like at
they're at dinner. Someone sent it to us. Yeah, it's look up Patrick Mahomes' reaction. Our old buddy Jeff Edstrom just sent it to us. Do you want me to send it to you, or did he send it to you as well?
He did send it to me.
I'm not saying Mahomes loves all the antics, but the easiest way to get me to fucking leave somewhere or quit something is if you fucked with my family. And that goes for every guy. So, the end, just saying, if Kansas City wants Patrick Mahomes focused and happy, they will embrace his goofy wife and brother. Because if there's a problem, imagine this. Imagine if they were like, yeah, we don't like, we're going to discipline your wife and she can't be in the booth for the AFC Championship game. Are you fucking kidding? Patrick Mahomes,
maybe I don't want to play here anymore.
yeah, perhaps, there's 31 other teams that would love my services. Like, come on.
That's Mahomes, Jackson Mahomes, and his wife.
Patrick's like, yeah, nah.
By the way, I just got a cryptic message.
I'm eating fries.
Speaking of family, I just got a cryptic message from my uncle. Like, I hate like text messages that just leave you hanging. Like when my brother hits me up with, yo, and I'm like, yes.
What does that mean?
Just say what you got to fucking say. Yo, I got to ask you something. Fucking ask it. And then he keeps me there forever. My Uncle Joe just said, yo, hey, call me later. And I know that sounds like, well, what's so suspicious about that? He never says that. Right? If you have a question, don't you just text it?
I'm guilty of that sometimes. Like recently I hit up Nicole from SiriusXM and I just hit her up randomly like, yo, hit me up later. Hit me up later. I just wrote like, hit me up later. And she like panicked like, is everything good?
Because that's
I'm like, hit me
abnormal.
up later. Like, hit me up later. That's
It's
abnormal.
not, yeah, because you would just say, if there's a question to be asked,
I
you
called
just
her.
ask that question.
I called her. She didn't answer. So I just texted her, hit me up later.
But
I don't think that requires a
I
panic.
I think you preface it with something that says is something stupid. Like, I got a stupid question. You know, like, hey, give me a call later. Like, says to me he has something to tell me. So I even said, cool, everything good?
Yeah, I think I'm close enough to your family by now after almost 20 years that I can make fun of one of your relatives for something they wrote where I want to be like, really? You're better than that. Uncle Bill, who I love.
Yeah, it's my Aunt
It's your Aunt Googie's ex-husband, but he's still in the mix.
He's definitely still in the mix.
Fucking love Uncle Bill. He's one of the nicest guys.
He really is. It's so gross. He's like too nice.
Yeah. He responded to something you wrote on social media with like a phrase that I wanted to like reach to the computer and be like, Bill, you're better than that. He said, Covino, don't hate the player, hate the game.
Oh, but that shit was funny, I thought. Because it was he's so corny. I thought that was perfect.
Yeah, but I'm like,
he was like Wordle. He was cheering on Wordle.
And you're like, yeah, more like Nerdle. And he's like, don't hate the player, hate the game.
I thought that was the most appropriate use of that corny ass phrase.
Maybe so, but I was like,
Because he's talking about the stupid game. So anyway, family, my Uncle Joe said, yeah, everything is cool, pal. But it's still weird because he never tells me to call him in the middle of the fucking day.
By the way, still in the mix, Preston. That means sometimes people go through a divorce in a family and that person's like exiled. Uncle Bill, from what I understand, even though they're divorced, he's like, he's still like mingles and hangs with family and people love him. It just didn't work out, right? I mean, it's like.
Exactly.
It's.
I mean, he has 2 kids with my aunt and he's always around at family parties.
There's a big difference between being in the mix or not.
Hold on. Here's why, though, too. My aunt never really officially moved on, meaning like hasn't remarried or anything like that.
That's usually when things get
I would
awkward.
have to say if she had someone that was there all the time, that would be a little different, no?
Uncle Biff.
Yeah. If Uncle Biff was around, would Bill still be showing up? It depends. I mean, I'm not saying no, but it just depends on Biff and Bill's relationship.
Bill would get his kids a karaoke machine and Biff would get him a horse.
Yeah, she gets awkward. It gets sticky icky. But anyway, I think everything's good, so that's good news. I guess Joe just wants to talk. But I hate those cryptic messages, man. Especially when, again, keep in mind, we live in L.A. My family's back east. So if something bad were to happen, you know, it would be like, hey, give me a call when you have a chance. I don't think I would get the text that says, oh, your dad's bird died. Yeah. They would be like, call us. We got something to tell you. So anyway, sorry, that's where my mind goes. I get prepared for bad news. I don't think he's calling me to tell me something awesome. I don't think that's it.
Hey, babe, I watched Ozark. I love it.
Yeah, I don't think it's like, yeah, you were right about Cobra Kai. I just wanted to talk about it. So, but he says everything's cool. Either way, we carry on. Rich is making a point. I want to make this clear. I'm not mad at Mahomes' wife. I'm not. She's celebrating. She's supportive. I choose that over unsupportive. But I do wish you would step off a little bit, and a Spot put it before. Approach this more diplomatic, in a more diplomatic way, and realize that she could be jeopardizing how people feel about her husband.
Like if she do the dances all you want in private, but like when your husband is the breadwinner.
Yeah, like how is it fair for
Patrick
millions
Mahomes,
and right?
millions and millions and millions of dollars? Don't do anything to jeopardize that.
Spot's right.
He can't be jeopardized. He's the best player in the NFL.
Yeah, but you think he needs that when he's doing everything right?
She's not committing crimes.
Hold on,
NFL
but when
players
he's
and
doing
people commit
everything
crimes.
right,
Yeah.
Does he need other people causing any sort of speculation, whether it just be annoying? They're not breaking the law or anything, but they're annoying.
No, I think she could do whatever she wants. I think that's fine.
But Patrick Mahomes doesn't fucking need that.
If he didn't need it, he wouldn't be with her. He's been with her since high school. She's earned this just as much.
He does not need
She's
that.
earned this position.
If you're a fan of the Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes, you know what you probably think? Man, I fucking love Patrick Mahomes, but his wife's annoying. Does Patrick Mahomes need that added little sentence at the end? No.
Yeah,
that's a distraction.
And if that's the case, if I were him, I'd be like, later to
If
you.
that's the case,
team. I'd
that's
move
on
teams.
her because
Yeah.
she's too out there. And same with his brother. And yes, they could be their own people. And yes, it's probably difficult, you know, being the wife of Patrick Mahomes and being the brother of Patrick Mahomes. But hey, you do it with a little class. You do it diplomatically. You do it without putting the other guy's reputation on
Maybe
the line.
that's what he's attracted to. Maybe he's like, I really like that you're like,
I
you know,
mean,
sort of
I
like a fun,
jokingly
crazy
said that.
girl.
That's what I love about her.
You know?
Yeah. Man,
Yeah, I mean-
she could be embarrassing you.
Whatever
I
she-
know, it's
like,
great, isn't it?
Anything she's ever done that's been, quote, like questionable, which I don't even think is, he's always backed her up 100%. Like, yeah, she got a little out of control, whatever.
Yeah. Well, then they're
Well,
perfect
keep
for
in
each
mind,
other. Yeah.
he's like, they're both like 20 something. Sometimes we forget they're not 40-year-old grown-ups. These are
remember that. I
like
remember
Patrick Mahomes' brother. How old is Jackson Mahomes?
No, but
20?
It's like
I mean, we're talking about kids.
I think of there's so many people that are out there that don't need the like Richie. Did Richie Valens need fucking Bob from La
If you're
Bamba?
gonna
ruining-
compare, if you're gonna compare a drunk abuser to his wife spraying
saying,
champagne,
let the spotlight shouldn't be on you in those moments,
Bob
bro.
and La Bamba and his wife are not the same
Well, I was
person.
going to give another example. I was going to say like Danny Garcia. He's a boxer, right?
His dad's in
His dad is a trainer, but his dad is like always
20,
fucking.
he's like a
Jackson's-
racist jerk.
But he's like
Jackson's
too
21, by the way.
out there. It's like it's not about you. It's in that moment when the game is on, when he's in the ring. You know, like it's not about you.
And by the way,
It's about them.
Rich, did you
Let them have the spotlight.
Do you work for Sporting News? Did you write this profile on Jackson Mahomes?
oh, is
It just came out.
Oh yeah, I do.
Oh wait, that's not it. Wrong thing. I don't know where that is. Where is this? Where is this playing?
So if you guys don't watch football, at any given moment, on any given Sunday, Patrick Mahomes' brother and his wife are making, asses of themselves, but in a having fun
We're
kind
doing
of
what
way.
other 20-year-olds are doing.
But they get
just
a lot
happen
of
to be-
criticism,
yeah.
which I'm sure isn't fun for Patrick Mahomes to see.
But you know what it is? It's criticism. You know how you always ask yourself, yeah, who's the jerk off that cares about the M&Ms changing their sexuality? I think it's the same.
me.
I think it's the same few trolls that care about this because I've seen other people say like, yo, who's really complaining about this? No one. It's like a.
I think they're annoying. I don't complain about it.
No, but I'm saying I think it's the same people. The same people that are like, can you believe the M&Ms, they changed their shoes and sexuality?
Can we all just agree we don't really give a shit either way?
Yeah, bro. I don't
okay.
give a fuck,
Moving
dude.
on.
Yeah.
At all. Let them dance all they want. I don't give a diddly dank.
Well, Andrew Hart, then you're completely out of the loop then. And I'm glad we keep you in it. He goes, I wouldn't even know about Brittany or Jackson if it wasn't for this show. Then you know what? Hey,
We have different timelines and algorithms.
we must. You don't get ass cheeks, pimple popping, and dumb videos?
That's what I get.
Yeah, man.
My timeline is Jackson Mahomes dancing, girls shaking their ass cheeks, and people popping pimples.
Yeah. My wife's timeline, it's so funny when you look at someone's algorithm for their TikTok. Sarah's is like nerdy, like the nerdiest shit and like girls telling jokes that are just not funny.
Yeah.
And like, not cat. She's not into cat stuff.
Oh.
I thank God she's not.
Ugh, thank God.
Sounds like a sneak diss, but I'll carry on.
Sneak this to who? Every
Well,
woman that likes cats?
Well, gee,
No,
I don't know.
you think
what
your
did we-
girlfriend's the only one that likes cat videos?
I was-
my wife doesn't like cats or donuts. Thank God.
Did I say donuts?
I mean, you might as well have, right? I mean,
I think
We're all on one today, huh?
yeah. I honestly don't give a diddly do. I'm just making jokes. You like that one?
I'm gonna make like a reset button.
I have
graphic,
a question.
and I'm gonna play it, and then we're just gonna like forget everything that happened before.
I saw a radio buddy of ours post this on his social media, and it got me thinking. I want to see if you could pinpoint the day. Now, we all know that famous meme spot. Maybe you could pull it up quick just for the visual. It's a sad one. Bunch of kids on bikes, and it's like, there was a time you went riding bikes with your buddies for the last time, but you didn't know it was the last time. It makes you cry thinking about it. Ah! That was the last time. There was the last time. I mean, she's still fucking a tiny, skinny kid, so you could hold Melody. But there was a last time. There's going to be a last time where you hold her Does she let you hold? Would she let you hold her? Like pick her up and give her a hug? Or would you be like, Dad, beat it?
She's 12.
But would she give you like? Would
I give her. Yeah, I pick her up. And
like
give her
can you
hugs.
can you pick her up and give her a hug? Or would she be like, Dad, stop?
But not pick her up the way you pick up Emmy. Like you pick her up, and it's
So you picked her up for the last time, and didn't even know
in
it,
that way. Yeah, probably.
and you didn't know it.
Probably. Yeah. It just happens. It's life.
You pick up your kid for the last time, and you don't even realize it. You snuggle with your kid in bed for the last time.
Took your last at bat in Little League and didn't even know it.
Yeah.
You probably knew it. You just don't remember it.
You rode your bikes. Yeah, at some point, here's the old famous meme. At some point, you and your friends played outside together for the last time, and you didn't realize it. You went home. Mom called you for dinner. You know what? Maybe you fucking got a girlfriend. Maybe you started going to after-school clubs or something like that in high school, and you never play with your neighborhood buddies again.
Maybe some piece of shit stole your bike.
Yeah, that happened.
That happened to me too a few times.
Yeah.
Man. I was the king of my block for sure.
Oh, my daughter's teacher said something that I thought was funny, but she said it to me, so I was cool with it.
Yeah.
But I got to the school to pick up Emmy, and I always talk to the teachers. They're real nice. They're really sweet ladies. They're all at the end of the day, there comes a point, I think, at 3:00 where all the classrooms get together and all the kids play outside together until parents pick them up. So the teachers are all there. I'll shoot the shit with them. Oh, what are you watching? Oh, have you started Ozark? No, I haven't. Have you? The teachers are great there. She goes to a really great school. And I go, oh, look at the kids. They're all so cute. And one of the teachers that I've bonded with a little bit, she goes, oh, not all of them. And I was like, what? And I go, yeah, it's usually like you see the shitty kid and it's like their parents are sort of a jerk. And they're like, oh, yeah, you ain't kidding. And we just started talking about how it's... I
feel like she broke the fourth wall with Rich.
Yeah, you really...
I wonder why.
You think every kid's cute and you think every kid's great. And then there comes a point where some of those little kids become little shits. And it happens, right? Like you see, I'm sure you see it with your daughter. There's little shitty kids that like, you said like a kid was like, might be picking on her. And you're like, who's this little jerk off?
Yeah. Like my kid, she's a pain in the ass with me.
Man.
But with her classmates and her teachers, she's like the kindest one going.
I have no problem drop kicking a kid. If either of your kids are harassed, let me know.
Send you in for an...
I'll drop kick that kid so far.
I went to... and I said...
Someone messes with Emmy...
And I went to I said to the teacher our line, I go, you know, when some kid stole a bike, that kid's shitty parents didn't realize that they had some other kid's bike in the driveway. That to me was like always indication number one of like a shitty parent,
Either
shitty
their
kid.
parents were
so unpresent or
or like really old.
Oh.
And like almost senile. You got a new bike? Yeah, Dad, new bike. Hey, good for you.
I feel like I talk to the teachers like 20 minutes a day. I really enjoy them. I have good conversation with them. Now, when it comes to playing with friends for the last time, all these little sad memes. Oh, you held your kid for the last time. This is not as heartwarming. My buddy said,
my mom held me for the last time naked
when you were 12.
When I was like 12, Kyle.
Yeah, you had a little mustache. So
and I didn't know it was the last time. Neither did she. She was probably hoping it wasn't the last time, but neither of us knew.
So, our radio buddy on Long Island, he posted that he went to Dunkin' Donuts. Big surprise on Long Island. Everyone just goes to Dunkin'
to get the barbarian cream. I'm so embarrassed.
And he said he asked the person there, like the young kid behind the counter.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, do you guys have any newspapers? Like, he was looking for like the New York Post or Daily News because I guess he's a radio guy, so he was still like reading the newspaper. Or he was like, "Hey, do you have a newspaper here?" And he's like, the kid behind the counter looked at him like he was an alien.
Newspaper.
Newspapers in years. And then I thought to myself, when was the last time? And not the USA Today that they put at your door at a hotel room. When was the last time you bought a newspaper? I used to buy, in the extent of our show, I don't
know, but there was
I used to
sometime
buy the newspaper every day.
Rich, and it was the last time I did, and I didn't know it.
I used to grab, because I remember,
the New York Post was 50 cents.
I feel like I know why.
The New York Post was 50 cents, and I used to
last
grab
time I bought
one.
a newspaper was probably because you and I were in it. That's the truth.
No, I feel like, didn't there always used to be a newspaper at Sirius XM
At the front desk.
At the front desk.
Yeah.
And I would always go and take one.
Yeah, to look through it and see what's going
Yay,
on.
for
There was
stories and ideas.
There was at the corner of 49th and 7th, there was a guy that sold newspapers, and the New York Post was 50 cents. And I would buy a New York Post every morning.
Actually, you just gave me a terrible memory.
And then, you know what? It was, there was one day where I was like, fuck it, I don't read the newspaper anymore. But in the time of our show, which is long, 15 plus years, I used to buy the newspaper every fucking day. There was a time you made your last payphone call, and you're like, oh, I guess I'll never do that again. But a newspaper.
The last newspaper I bought, unfortunately, had Rich in flip-flops in it, which sucks.
That is true.
It had a picture of Rich wearing flip-flops.
You know what?
Fucking miserable.
Hold on.
The last time I probably bought a newspaper was in 2013, 2014 when we were debuting in New York on SNY.
Was that in the Daily News or the New York Post?
Both. It was in all of them. It was in every New York hometown paper. And
That's
the one you speak of,
Man,
though,
that's
is,
embarrassing.
Yeah, that's the New York Post. Rich in flip-flops.
Man.
That's the last newspaper
That's
I bought.
embarrassing.
It is embarrassing. I didn't choose it. You don't choose the photo they put in the newspaper.
And then they
but
spelled my name wrong. So
And
thanks.
I'm not
Thanks,
gonna-
New York Post.
I'm not going to lie.
Man,
I'm not going to
that's
lie.
embarrassing.
In the New
Not
York
gonna-
Post, know what they did, Rich? They wrote Rich Davis and Steve Corvino
Yeah, that's great.
in the picture, but then in the article, they had my name right. So I was like, and it was Covino and Rich debut on SNY, but they spelled Corvino
That makes it more memorable.
in the. It's not. It's annoying.
You know
is
what's
what it
more
is.
memorable? The fact that the press photo they used of me was wearing flip-flops. If it was a regular picture, it wouldn't be a funny story. That's how you got to look at it. It's fucking stupid and funny. I'm wearing flip-flops on a full-page picture of myself in the newspaper.
You shouldn't have been wearing flip flops anyway.
I mean,
on a red carpet event.
Yeah, on a red carpet
It wasn't
event.
it was a fucking fantasy football drift. You call
It was
that a red carpet
work
event?
Yes, it was a
I
work event where like
believe-
hundreds of people there.
You were standing on a red carpet.
Yeah, with photographers and Getty photographers and everything else. Yeah,
Find this
guys
photo.
wearing
I
flip
used
flops.
to have this photo on standby. I can't find it.
You got to find the newspaper one.
I know. That's what I'm pulling. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm looking for.
Oh, you have that?
I'm looking for it.
I don't know. I have it somewhere. But that's to answer
Yeah.
your question. Why else in the world is the point? Would I buy a newspaper unless they wrote an article on us? Otherwise, I don't give a shit.
And it leads me to not an old guy moment, but I sent you a video spot. It's the last one on our group chat. It's a TikTok of some guy. And I agree with this motherfucker because there are things that we assume younger people know. Now, there was that series of like, hey, young kids, what do you think this is? And it handled these like teenagers like cassette decks and Walkmans and all this stuff. And it's funny watching a kid like a rotary phone. What's this? On our group chat spot, the last TikTok.
I got it.
It's play this. There's a guy that tells a story where, yeah, I could understand the young teens behind the counter not understanding this, but take a watch.
So I was just inside a Chick-fil-A, and while waiting to get my order, there was a sound that started happening, and this was the sound that played. Now, the people behind the counter, almost all of them were high school students. They were doing a good job. They were working hard. But for the life of them, they could not figure out what the sound was. And I said to them, hey, I think the phone is off the hook. So they pick up the phone. It's a cordless phone. And they're looking at the phone, not knowing what's going on or how to make the phone stop making the sound. They didn't know what the sound was. They didn't know what it meant. And I said again, hey, it's off the hook. And one of them turns to the other and says, I think that means it's out of battery. And this is the moment I realize I am old, like really old.
Kids don't know a
So I
busy
would-
signal or a off the hook signal or
What does he mean
any-
it's off the hook? Is he
It's
like,
off the
Is
hook.
it like you're saying it's like it's awesome?
I think he likes
Yeah.
that beat. Yeah.
yeah. Beep, 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 beep.
I mean, it's kind of annoying, but he
the
kind of
first-
likes
I
it.
like the first comment on this video. It says, the phone was speaking in cursive.
beep, 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 beep. Off the hook, baby. Off the
So
hook.
what you're saying is, I got my last beep on my beeper, and I got my last busy signal.
Yeah.
And I got my last
Yeah,
call
these are
waiting
just,
beep.
These are just
and I
coming of
never knew
age. These are just coming of age. Hey, yeah, time's passing, but it is pretty funny to think that a newspaper, something you bought every day of your life, probably for a good chunk of years, you haven't done in a decade. And there was a day you decided today's the last day, and you didn't even realize it.
I have a question. Jordan was asking me. She goes, Can you explain to me how beepers worked? Because they were showing them in some show we were watching.
Yeah, how would she know, Spot?
No.
Yeah,
But
it's a
I
good
explained it, right? But then I was like confused about one thing. Did it get to the point where
there was voicemail?
There was where you could leave a message?
Yeah.
How about, I feel like there was a point in time where if I wanted to beep you, there was a voice service, right? And you could tell them what you wanted to say, and it would leave a message on the beeper. Because beepers got more advanced.
My beeper, I had the beeper
Right?
with the
So you
I had
would
the
get,
beeper
like,
with the
text messages
I had the
almost,
beeper
right?
with the screen on the front, and I think there was you could send a message that way.
Oh, okay. It
I
evolved
remember
into that.
my old boss, Hal at Z100, used to have a little beeper on his belt, and he had the flip up one where you could see a message,
text and stuff. Yeah,
you could
because
see
there was
a message.
there eventually was like a message service that went along with your beeper plan.
Right, but it started as just a little thing with the top
Just the number.
display.
Yeah, I had that.
With the top display, and then
Yep.
eventually it had this thing on the side, and then
Wow.
Yeah, no,
When was
honestly,
the last
it's,
time you had that? I still have my beeper.
that's pretty cool.
You still use it, which is weird.
Do you remember when you first got a beeper? Like there were
Yeah,
people
I
that were
never
like,
had one.
"What are you, a drug dealer or a doctor?" Like it's like, no, everyone had a beeper. That was before. I mean,
never had one.
really?
Yeah,
Wow.
I
How'd you get a hold of your friends and like girlfriends and stuff like that?
I didn't have any. my friend.
Everyone had a beeper.
No, not everyone. Not in my school.
And
It wasn't a
even
big
about
thing.
having
It wasn't a big thing in my
used it a
school.
lot. Like it was a part of, my everyday for sure. Rich, this also makes me think of the concept of a phone book spot. This is something that Rich sent us a while ago. Oh, yeah. So it
Remember
did
this
have
one?
text. Yeah. I remember those. I was trying to, give her the evolution of the beeper. I was like, at first it was just the number to call back.
And then your
Someone
beep- then
from
your
that
beeper
number
had-
was trying to get a hold of you.
But your beeper had voicemail at some point because I remember if your beeper texted you your own number,
So Motorola.
that meant like let's say your
That
beeper's
meant
number.
check it.
If your beeper number was like 22222, if that was the number you got, you're like, oh, I have a voicemail. So then you'd have to get a quarter, go to a payphone to listen to your voicemail.
To see who was bothering you.
So in 1995, that's when two-way pagers started coming into existence.
So I was explaining
94, there were 61 million pagers in use in 1994.
that. Yeah, they were a big deal, man.
That's insane.
They were
61 million were in use.
Someone brought up a good point. Who was it? Someone said their brother had a clear one. Remember how they had different color clear plastics?
Yeah.
And it was like, yeah, you could change your case if you really wanted.
Yeah.
By the way, pagers still exist. Did you know that?
I don't know how that would even be possible.
Like, look, pagers still exist.
Look at that. Someone has a pager.
I don't know what they would use them for.
I probably had a pager, same, Jesus, I'm with you. I think I had a pager 95, 94, like 95 to 98. And then in college, I remember I got a cell phone in 99, maybe? 99 or 2000.
So what about the clear plastic?
No, just how people had their own designs. Like, and then you went from the one where the number just read across the top to you had a screen, like you said. The screen was the doper one.
Hey, Spot. I'm going to put you on a mission. Rich sent this to us a while back.
I could try to find it again.
And it was some old fuck talking about the concept of a telephone book. And how if you explain that concept to somebody today,
No, I'll find. It's hard to
They
find.
would
I
think
said it
you
a
were
long
crazy.
time ago.
If you don't label it, I'm not.
I know. No, I know. That's why you tell me the label. I know.
but the
Was
gist
it on the talk?
The gist was, in a nutshell, and
Yeah.
I'll try to
was
have
just
Rich explain.
inside a
Sorry, TikTok autoplays. I can't stop it.
Imagine someone telling you they were going to print your name and address in a book.
And all
that
your information in
everybody
the
was
book
gonna
that the
get.
public has got. Yeah.
Like, how would you feel about that in today's world? It was just
I think
showing
I
you
found
again how things have changed.
I think I found him.
Oh, look at this.
This guy looks familiar. Is this him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Imagine for a moment the uproar this would cause. Imagine the telephone book had never been invented. And imagine that today, in 2022 almost now, a big company decided that they were going to announce that they were going to publish your name, your address, your phone number, along with the names, addresses, and phone numbers of all of your neighbors, everybody in town, in a big thick book. And then they were going to give that book free to everyone in town, so that everyone in town would have your name, your address, and your phone number at their fingertips.
It sounds like a crazy concept now, right?
Yeah,
like
you're right.
insane.
Why the hell would you do that?
And I understand that, like, I still don't understand how the phone number of a landline and your mobile phone number are any different as far as what's publicly available.
It's crazy.
Like,
No,
it's still
it's just a matter of what is normal, what's normalized, what becomes
but I
the...
still, like, if you get a landline, you can easily search online. I'll search, you put your number in, it reverse looks up, goes to you, it'll have your name, your address, everything. But if I reverse search your cell phone number, it just shows your carrier. So I wonder why your account information isn't linked to your cell phone versus your landline. I'm sure there's an answer, but it just seems so funny that, like, that information is hidden and this information isn't.
I got a thinner version of, like, the Yellow Pages recently.
I saw you. I remember you getting it out of your
mailbox. It looked more like like a catalog you would get from, like, an electronics company spot or something like it. Like a little thick, like a thicker little catalog. It was the Yellow Pages. And I'm like, wow, they still print this. I'm like, I thought they only, as Archmach said, I thought they only printed phone books so that strong people had something to rip. I didn't even know they still did this. But then again, there's still enough strength. There's still enough old people that might use a phone book.
I think it goes to show you how quickly we could adjust our mindsets as to what is normal and what is not.
Well, you know what?
Either you roll with it or you don't.
Your sister made a good point. What's up, Don Covino?
Hey, Don.
Hi, Don.
What's up, Don?
Don, is everything okay? Why is Uncle Joey texting me?
What time is it where Don is? Let's see.
5 hours.
Is it 8
hours ahead.
9 hours?
3 to New York, 5 to Germany.
9.
Is it?
Is it 5
What did Dawn say?
8 hours?
Oh, she said to call her later. We need to chat.
She'd be sitting down for dinner right now.
No, Dawn's wearing fuzzy socks in Germany, drinking tea, listening to our show.
So, your sister said, is it really any different, though, than Google if you really wanted? Like, you'd be terrified to know how much info someone could get on you by doing simple Google searches.
Again, it's just what's normalized in our brains and how we adjust to it as acceptable and okay. Like, I'll give you another example. And this is always my go-to example. When I had a teenage band living in my house, remember those days? Remember when I had a boy band that lived with me for like a year, 2 years maybe? Then one of those kids lived with me for like 5 years?
Do you admit now that it was unconventional?
I mean, you try to be a supportive guy, right?
I know, but I'm saying, like, okay. I mean, they were nice kids. I just wondered if you knew how unconventional that was.
I mean, they had $1 million deal, right? That was used for studio purposes and things like that. It's not like
how much of that $1 million did you see?
It wasn't about us making money. They got $1 million deal. So they had all the potential in the world. And their parents put that trust, I think, in me, to be honest. They were from Jersey, and you're like, okay. I don't think they would have let their kid stay with some guy that they didn't think was solid. You know what I mean?
Of course.
So anyway, long story short, I remember when those kids were staying with me, and they were taking Ubers. And at the time, I was like, wait a second. You guys are supposed to be under my supervision. You're getting in a car with strangers? What is this? It's called an Uber. I'm like, Ubers? Yo, Layla, do you feel right about this? You feel okay with these kids in cars with strangers? I remember making a big stink about it. And then what? Fast forward.
Yeah. It's just,
by the way, when I say making a big stink, I went and took a shit and out of frustration.
Yeah, there was
stunk up the whole place. Is a whole other story.
It was an angry shit. That was your big stink.
He's like, why you got to stink up the whole place? So I made a big stink about it. And, fast forward, it's just a matter of us adjusting
to the new normal. Yeah.
To the norm. Like, oh, yeah, it's totally acceptable. That's how things are. But,
what was the name
before you heard of Uber, that shit was fucking weird.
What was the name of the boy band? It was One Direction.
One Direction.
Yeah, they missed the mark by this one.
They had $1 million deal with Atom Factory. Lady Gaga's management team had them signed with my ex. They had all the potential. They had all the, what's the word I'm thinking of? It was all laid out.
Trajectory.
Yeah, and they all got in their own way.
And then what happens is,
and it's not easy. I mean,
it's like you can have all the talent in the world, and you could have it. It's just if you don't connect with the people, you don't connect with the people.
Yeah, but they had all
It's
the
like one of those
opportunity.
things,
They
like-
had all the opportunity right there.
Well,
They
think
did.
about it. What makes any pop star pop or happen? They have this unique ability to connect.
Jesus brings up an interesting documentary
Oh yeah.
regarding Uber. There's an Uber show.
No, it's
with Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
yeah.
It's a show about like the uprising of Uber and
I
how
saw
he's
that.
like going to change the world and everything with Uber. But my point was,
Interestingly enough, there's also a movie about WeWork. You know that
Yeah.
with Jared Leto.
yeah.
I feel like we're going behind the scenes of these companies.
The point was that shit was foreign to our thoughts and our minds, and we fucking adjusted real quick, and it sort of all ties together.
No doubt.
No
And by the way, speaking of
doubt.
documentaries, Spot, there's a documentary that comes
And you also,
out.
by the way,
Is it
and
about
on
Tom
the flip
Brady?
side, you also abandon other ways of thinking.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like what was okay with that phone book, really not okay today. How is Google any different? My sister's right, but we've made that adjustment.
I mean, think of the things that we used to think were okay that are not now.
Socially, you know.
Even something as simple as like driving in a car and like a little kid was like in a regular little. After they were an infant, they were essentially with one little seatbelt, and like dad would do this
My
with
mom
that.
brought
Dad would
this
do
up
that
the
with
other
his
day.
arm.
She's like, you believe how your dad used to drive you guys around? My dad would pick me up in a Ram truck. My dad only drove a Ram truck ever. That's what he drove, right? The vans.
Eric Dickerson
A
edition,
Ram van.
Ram.
Yes. Yes.
Good one, Rich.
Jim Everett edition.
And there was only 2 seats in those trucks, which means all the kids are sliding around in the fucking back.
On the one like,
Or in that dilapidated chair he would put in the middle of those 2 seats.
Sometimes I think of like riding in the front middle of a station wagon.
and your seatbelt was your dad or mom's arm,
right? And there was
This'll-
no car seat. Like now, kids are in like seats
Yeah.
up until what age? 8, 9.
I don't know.
Where
I
they
asked
have
Sarah
those-
the other day. I go, when
They
could
have the
Emmy?
they have the conversion seats, so
Yeah.
they start as car seats. Then eventually they're booster seats. And then eventually,
Didn't Melody just hit an age where, like a couple years ago, where you could sit in the front seat? What age can you sit in the front seat?
Is my dad joking? My dad just said, Steve, call me later. We need to chat. I hope that's a joke. I hope that's a joke.
Yeah, your sister said she remembers sitting on a case of soda as a seat.
It's the truth. So again, and that was okay, right? And how about if you got in your Guido uncle's car? All right, maybe this is an exception for me. You got in your Guido's uncle car. He arm rolled those seats.
I had an Uncle Guido.
He arm rolled those seats so shiny, you'd be sliding a fucking across them.
Oh,
yeah.
Or
No seatbelt at all.
As Mauser said, like I did this, sitting facing back in a station wagon.
Yeah.
You were the first to go if you got rear-ended in an accident.
But it was normalized, and we adjusted. We're like, okay, Dad's arm was good enough. Dad's arm was the protection. And now, you know, not wearing a seatbelt is absurd. It's an
Hey.
absurd thought.
You know what, Spot? There's a. I'm not going to tell you to find it, but there was a funny sequence of this. You know, on This Is Us, how they time hop from like old timey times to the 80s to now.
It's NBC. I'm not going to do it.
No, they did a sequence where
not gonna
they were
post
all
it.
bringing babies home from the hospital, like when Kevin and his girl had the twins. Then they would flash back to the 80s when he was born, and then flash back to the 50s when Milo Ventimiglia was a kid. And they they just keep flashing to the kids getting put in the car, coming home from the hospital, and how car seats it's so different. Like you used to just strap a bassinet in, like, yeah, just put it in there, versus the 80s car seats, which were like trying to be safe, versus now where it's a fucking industry.
Your mindset adjusts quick to what's acceptable and what's normal when it has to. So, kind of interesting looking back and looking forward.
Each state is different as far as when your kid could sit in the front seat. Ben still sits backwards. Emmy is front sitting now,
Yeah.
but I think,
Like
I don't know.
my niece, who is a year younger than, I feel like actually, I have to ask my brother. But like up until last year, I remember bringing her going to the car, and she still gets in that little booster seat.
Yeah.
They're supposed to stay in that for a long time.
Yeah,
It's a
it's
matter
like-
of how tall they are.
Yeah, it's like they're not in a car seat, but it's just the bottom part.
Like Nicole's kids look entirely too big to be sitting in that. But
Right.
technically, I think they're supposed to.
You're supposed to.
Yeah.
my
It's just a
brother.
matter of where the seatbelt lies across their body. So, either way, where did this all start? Phones, beeps, beep, 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 beep.
Yeah.
How do you expect a younger person to know that shit? They never lived that life. They don't know what call waiting is. They don't know what dial-up internet was like. They didn't deal with all that shit. You know, they may, depending on how old they are.
Sarah brought this up yesterday because we were talking about how you and I mentioned, like, hey, where are you gonna live? You have no clue where you're gonna live when you're like an old man. You know, you could be in the same house you are now, or you could live you could live by a lake or the ocean, or you might end up moving where your kids go because you might be an old person that's like, well, I want to be around my grandkids. Like, you don't know where you're going to live.
The world looks the same from the inside of a nursing home.
Yeah, like you have no...
Doesn't matter where you're going to be.
I mean, you have no clue where you're going to be when you're old. Like, you could be, like I said, you could be on the beach, you could be in the house you're in now, or you could be living in a condo near your grandkids because you just want to be there.
I'm going to be in a yurt in the desert.
Yeah, that's right. You could be living in a little...
You could be in a van down by the river.
You could be in a van, and you could be living in Joshua Tree, like chilling out, camping when you're an old guy. You don't know.
Well, you know how old people love to keep the heat super cranked up?
Yeah.
It'd be perfect. I'll move to the desert.
But Sarah was bringing up the point that
my bowler hat.
It must have been so scary, even in our parents' generation, to move compared to now. We're like, we live in California. I'm 3,000 miles away from my family. Her family's in Texas. Grandma FaceTimes the kids like every night, every other night. Cindy's
every night, huh?
Every night. It's
pretty nice.
It's too much. But I love Cindy, so I never stop it. But
I bought Amazon Echo shows for everybody. I don't think anyone uses them.
Every night. And then sometimes it's a quick one, but other times, Grandma, we set up the iPad and Grandma will color or paint pictures in Texas while Emmy's painting here, and they like do paintings together. Or they read stories together. And Sarah's like, yeah, when my mom moved from Chicago to Texas when she was a young woman, there was no internet. There was long distance calling and they were too poor to use it. So it was like, what, every month or so, we'd be like, hey, just making sure you're alive.
I'm proud of your mother-in-law because my mom's still stuck in the mindset as if these things are not possible. You know, she says to me, and it drives me berserk, I miss my family in Mexico.
So you can FaceTime, you could WhatsApp them for
say
free.
What's up to them every day
free.
if you want. You don't need calling cards to say hello.
But it's not even for
she
money.
She knows that.
It's for free.
And she's very well aware. My mom's savvy with that, but she's still in the habits and mindset of, but they're so far.
30 years ago. 30 years ago?
And it's tough. I get it.
30 years ago, your sister Dawn in Germany, what if she might as well have been on the moon?
Yeah.
There's no difference of your sister being in Germany than one of our friends living in San Francisco 4 hours away, 5 hours away.
And I can only criticize, my mom's thinking because I'm stuck in my ways the same way too. I'm not FaceTiming people. I'm just not. I know it's available. It's just
I FaceTime my family all the time. That's the only.
weird to
How
me.
else do you communicate with them?
The phone.
No, but I'm saying
I don't.
I FaceTime.
I FaceTime my sister once a week.
Yeah,
I have my little.
I still
have my Echo show in 2 locations.
I don't use it. I know
and then
it's
there's
available.
friends that then there's always your friends that are FaceTimers. Like Nico's a FaceTimer. Like there's certain buddies you have that are FaceTimers.
I don't know. I'm allergic to that. I really am.
You sound like your mom then.
Counterproductive. I said that.
No, but I'm saying you said that. I'm allergic to it, but I'm telling you, you described your mother as
but
missing the point, and you're missing that same point.
About missing your family.
You're not missing.
You're not doing anything at all, really, to remedy that, and you're not utilizing the options that are clearly available.
Becker brings up a great old school memory, and then we'll move on. No more reminiscing. He said, hashtag free nights and weekends. Do you remember when like 9 or 8 p.m. hit? You're like free for all. I could call whoever.
It was usually after 10 p.m.
Oh, 10.
Rollover minutes. Free after 10 p.m.
When can I cash in those rollover minutes?
I think you missed out on that.
Yeah, you think?
I think it's too late. So anyway, some fun rando conversation, and it all started with Patrick Mahomes' annoying wife.
Isn't it wild to think that someone living around the world,
Daft Punk,
all around the world, ATC.
Yeah, I like that one. That's actually a good one.
It's not better than Around the World.
I mean,
Around the World by ATC was fucking sampled by Dua Lipa this year. Talk about a fucking hit. Spot, hit me up with ATC Around the World. You know that song. You could be anywhere around the world.
ATC's nuts.
And communicate with someone easier or
Rich
as
Rich
easy.
on the xylophone.
Yeah, this is me, by the way. That's why I love the song so much.
The kisses of the sun were sweet. I didn't blink.
I don't hate this song. The Daft Punk song's way cool.
No joke. Is there anything more like awe-inducing than a xylophone player?
A pan flute player.
No, Spot. When people, I've seen this on.
When they would double fist in each hand.
Are we talking about Rich or are we talking about the xylophone player?
I'm talking about the xylophone player. When they would have the two mallets in each hand and they would go like this all over the fucking xylophone, mind blown.
No, and I'm always fascinated by it. And I've seen it on multiple sitcoms lately. New Girl, there's a few shows that have had scenes where around the holidays, when people, I'm fascinated and like, why at the same time? You ever seen people do these bell things where everyone has the different bells?
Oh, yeah.
It's like, who joins that? Anyway.
You.
Sounds like something you do.
Point is, someone that lives an hour away from you, you can communicate just as much with someone that lives around the world, which is
the world's a much, much smaller
crazy.
place.
But that was
like
never the case, bro.
I remember I brought up when my family would travel, it was like my grandma would bust out luggage like something Indiana Jones would use. Had like maps on it and shit.
Look at this guy. I want you to look at this guy. Look at him play.
Yeah, you know what? He doesn't know how to do anything else, I bet. He invests his time on that.
2 spread mallets in his fingers and hands and playing a melody.
You're not jealous?
No, people have different talents. This is his. I'm more of a Zamfir, master of the pan flute kind of guy.
By the way, though, Spot, I do have to ask a question. Is there a big demand for this guy anywhere?
This video's got 8 million views.
I know, but
yeah, gets more ass than us, I guess. So whatever. But yeah, no, I think
I'm
that's
amazed.
awesome. I like all percussion, man.
Sorry.
Well, hey, there you go. Some old school references.
You triggered something there.
Now
we triggered Spot xylophone love, and we triggered little reminiscing how easy it is to communicate now versus back then. And
again, yeah, if you're in an old school mindset, it's hard to take advantage of that. And again, realize that the world's a much smaller place to younger people. You know, traveling is like an excursion.
Yeah, I remember
to older people and their mindset. Where a younger person, like, where the fuck is Jake? Is he still in Berlin right now? I don't know.
I'm fascinated by.
No, he's back. He passed his quarantine.
Jake did the most Jake thing ever. He got COVID in Berlin and then was trapped there for like a month.
Yeah.
And drank his himself.
Like the thought of Berlin when we were younger was like, yeah, I'll probably never see that.
Yeah.
You know.
But
now
it's,
my daughter, my sister Dawn is all over
the world,
all over the overseas, all over the world.
I want to move to the EU.
I think about all those things that seemed impossible and how our kids will probably view it differently.
My daughter's been to London twice. It took me 30-something years to get to London, to get overseas.
It took me 17 years to get on a plane. My daughter was on a plane like when she was 6 months old.
Exactly.
Yeah, we live in a different world now. It's a very different world. Use the technology to your advantage. Convince your older relatives to do it. My dad is 99% there. 99% there.
Kadeem Hardison was right.
It's a different world.
So I hope you had a great Monday night, guys. I hope you watched the Borchler and enjoyed it. Maybe you're watching Archive 81.
I have a question about the Borchler, the Bachelor.
Why is it called the Borchler?
Because he says boring.
It was fucking
boring.
Oh, the Borchler. Got it.
Weak sausage.
Oh, my dad's one thing that he won't do. His cable company or whoever he's dealing with gave him Peacock for a year free. And I'm like, oh, perfect. He could catch up on a couple shows, the Montana documentary, Yellowstone Spot talks about. But more importantly, my dad's a huge Montana guy. I'm like, the Montana documentary. He's like, oh, but Dad, do I need to get the app? I'm like, you have a smart TV. I will get on FaceTime me. I'll walk you through it. He's like, I got stuff to do today. And I'm like,
what's he doing? He's retired.
My dad's the.
Today's Tuesday. I got to water my roses.
It's he.
Even though they're frozen.
He takes things to heart too much. He gets all fired up about the stock market and different things. And, that ruined my day. I was like, just download fucking Peacock. I don't know.
Tuesdays.
What do you mean you don't know? You have a smart TV. It'll take you 3 seconds. You got to make a way. I think he doesn't want to make a password for something. I'm like,
they sound like hassles. They sound like hassles to me. I can't imagine how your dad feels.
On Tuesdays, I reorganized the china closet, even though I never used any plates in there.
So the Bachelor, as you call it, the Bachelor. I read a headline this morning that could tell you why I sort of fell off the show a little bit. I used to be Bachelor boy, if you remember. You guys made fun of me.
Rich is such a Bachelor boy.
Rich is such a Bachelor
boy.
I'm such a Bachelor boy. And if you ask me, Rich, tell me, why'd you fall off The Bachelor?
You had kids.
Number one, I had kids and I couldn't commit to 3-hour episodes. And number two, I'm a Chris Harrison fan. And I feel like he got done dirty and I feel like the show got too woke for me. That's reason number two. So kids, I actually got, and this never happens, but I was very turned off by their wokeness. It bothered me to the point where I'm like, yeah, I could use a timeout from this commitment of a show.
Like you said it. I think what they did Chris Harrison dirty, and I feel like he was always great to us.
He was always great to us.
He was a great host.
Yeah.
Nice guy. Gave me 10 grand. Good on Millionaire. I think, I think when they did that whole saga, it really
the
just
whole, what is it? The whole debutante ball at the, what is it? The,
let him figure it out.
I don't know.
Antebellum.
Oh, that's right.
The Antebellum. Yeah. I felt like instead of that being a learning moment and like, all right, well, let's be better people, they fucking killed Chris Harrison and they
killed him?
No, not
what?
But
what?
To me,
I might have to rethink watching this show.
They got too woke for a minute there. I had kids, commitments. It was just a lot. And number three, no, not that I realized I had a set of balls, Mouser. That's a good one though. But not maybe that's 3. And 4 was I started to hate the idea that they lived in a fake world of like expectations where, I don't know, for instance, a girl would be like, I want alone time with him. And other girls would be like, yeah, but I didn't get my equal time. And it's like, yeah, I'm here to, the point of the show is to like find love. I'm not here to worry about everyone's equal time. Like, I just thought it got so corny. Like,
yeah, there's a
weird
whole level of unrealistic.
It's a weird dynamic. Like this guy's like kissing and making out with 10 girls, but like they're not supposed to want their time, but they're supposed to be okay with him with all these other women. And then something happened last night. Oh. And I didn't watch the episode. I saw a clip and I saw a little headline. So I was like, oh, let me click on this. They got mad, or there was or there was a whole issue because one of the girls, Spot, before she came on the show, she had like a friends with benefits or a hookup that guy back home. Mm-hmm. Isn't that everybody?
That's bad?
He's fucking hooking up with 10 girls on the show now.
It's something you have to, and here's what's funny about it. He gave this girl a rose already, so she was sort of safe. Then the other girls told on her that she was talking about she had a friends with benefits back home and they had recently FaceTimed.
Is that a bad thing?
But there was never a relationship involved.
Yeah.
So he finds out, this bachelor, this goon. And
this is why I can't watch the show anymore.
He, for the first time in Bachelor history, takes his rose back. Like, I'm taking the rose back. Because he said it had to do with her dishonesty. Because he asked her, like, do you have someone else? She's like, no.
She doesn't. It's a hookup.
And then he's like, well, did you FaceTime someone like right before you came here? And she's like, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what's wrong with
he's
that?
Like, well, then I'm sorry. You're being dishonest. I have to let you go. So yeah, I agree with you.
And Chris Harrison was a big reason I stopped watching because in my mind, he was the show. It's like, yeah, I could watch Price is Right, but it's not Bob Barker.
Is it true you needed more time to get fast food? Becker wants to know.
That is true.
Number 5, I needed more time for Taco Bell.
It's true.
So I wasn't even here to talk about that.
But let me explain. I wanted to dig deeper a little bit. Not on the show.
All I was going to say is this shit is boring as hell.
No, I don't want to.
I realized the only reason I tune in isn't for this goon's, love. It's because I need drama. And there's only one girl this season who's just like, fuck you to everybody. But the show is boring. They should just focus on this one girl. The show is boring.
So, not that I need to justify, but this has nothing to do with the show. It just made me think of real life and how this show misses the mark so much because if you're 20 something.
I mean, there's nothing real about it. Yeah.
No, I know, but I'm saying this is the most unrealistic thing of the show.
It's an unconventional way to find love.
And that is saying a lot, because if I'm saying this is the most unrealistic thing about the show, when the show is based on 20 women being okay with one guy dating all of them, finding love in paradise where everyone's drunk without social media, without the real world. There's so many factors why it's not set up for real life anyway. But the fact that any good-looking guy or girl, and that's who's on the show, let's be honest, they're all good-looking young 20-somethings.
They all have somebody that they were talking to or banging.
There's no way on earth. Every single girl on that show and every single guy that goes on The Bachelorette, before they get the call from the producer that's like, hey, Gavin, you there? Hey, what's up? You're going to be on the next season of The Bachelorette. Oh, that's fucking sweet. All right, hold on, I'm going to make some more calls. Hey, Connor, you there? Yeah, bro. You're going to be on the next season of Bachelorette. You don't think these guys are scamming until they go on the fucking plane?
Yeah, they just don't have anyone significant. They have situations, but nothing real.
Everyone's got someone.
I wish this girl would have played it like, can you be realistic for 1 minute? Like, before this happened, you don't think I had someone I was talking to?
And did she say that? Like,
we're supposed to not have realistic conversations here. Like, no, not really.
No.
She sort of like lied about it. Like, no, there's no one.
Like, I look at it and I'm like,
there's no sense of realistic at all. And that is aggravating. And the show is kind of corny, but.
By the way, Rachel Lindsay is a friend, Kim, but I feel like she did Chris Harrison dirty. So I'm like, I'm scared of her. I'm frightened of her. She's, I don't know. I trust her. Listen, they go in the show for personal gain at this point. But hey, listen, they're hot 20-somethings. Why not, right? It could enhance their career. And maybe they do find love. You find love in all places. If you could find love at a bar, if you could find love on Tinder, if you could find love at work, if you can find love in a hopeless place, you can find love anywhere. So to say you can't find love on a reality show is stupid, because you can find love anywhere. When I met my wife, my ex was still lingering. Her ex was still lingering. When Covino met Jordan, I'm sure there was a guy she had to say, yeah, stop calling me. I'm getting serious with this guy, Steve. When you met your wife,
Pretty sure that guy is the host of The Bachelor.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah.
Coinkydink.
Coincidence.
Really?
You didn't know that?
Could be. Who knows?
Spot, you talk about how you feel like you beat out like some fucking brother for Kristen's heart and vagina.
Couple dudes.
So to think that you meet someone, that's my point.
And a lingering ex.
My point is, if you think you meet someone that's smart.
The thing is, it didn't mean anything. I was dating people.
But what I'm saying,
they were insignificant.
Exactly, but what I'm saying,
to pretend like there was nothing prior to that
I've
is
said
false.
I've said this so many times in the extent of our show's history, but it needs to be said again, because there's single people watching and listening. If you are single and you are intelligent, if you are kind, if you are good looking, if you have great qualities, there's going to be someone in your life. If you meet some girl, yo, I met this girl. Yeah, tell me about her. Her name's Samantha.
Sophia.
I met this girl, Samantha, and dude, it's okay, Sophia. I met this girl, Sophia. She's got a really nice family. She's smart, super witty. She's gorgeous. She's got a great body.
Yep.
She's so kind. Like, she's a nice person. Everything about her. You think she was sitting around just fucking waiting for you to show up in her life?
Yeah. In real life, no, but on this show, it's like against their personal rules or something. I don't know.
It's one thing to be actually in a relationship with someone.
There's
right?
always someone lingering. There's Brett Maxwell's right.
Fuck
There's
buddies are not
always
relationships.
someone. Yeah, whether it could be a relation spot, it could be
what?
It could be as serious as a relationship, Covino, or it could be as insignificant as a booty call. But there is someone in their life. Every girl you've ever met.
That's all this girl was trying to say. Like, this person that you're linking me to was insignificant.
Yeah.
But he took it like she was lying. It's not even about that.
My
it's
hat
about she
comes
was
in.
lying. So whatever.
When I met my wife, I was on and off. I was still on and off randomly with an ex, and there were other girls that were like in the mix of like, hey, let's hang, let's talk. And then I met my wife, and then that's when you have to pull the old like, yeah, I'm getting serious with someone later. I remember my wife telling me that her ex-boyfriend, I started talking to Sarah, what spot? In October. She came to, I met up with her in December. That was like our first real hang. We texted every day and we were like flirting it up and talking. She said her ex-boyfriend showed up at her family's house on Thanksgiving, pretending like they were still together.
Oh, that's
like,
fantastic.
He was like, hey, what's up, everyone? So I was like, why are you here? Like, so like,
I love the drama.
But there was like, if you think that people...
You're ruining my holiday.
If you think, like...
No, I don't think
remember Sarah,
anyone thinks this. It's just only on the show.
I think I mentioned this maybe on the air, but when Sarah came to New York, I flew her to New York for New Year's Eve. It was our best party. Do you remember us getting all suited up?
I do.
Yeah, that was a good time.
New Year's Eve, Pop Burger in New York City. One of the best nights ever.
Man, that was a good time.
I saw Mario Lopez that night. I remember. I went to Tao for dinner.
Yeah.
Mario Lopez was there.
We had one,
in New York.
It was probably one of my favorite nights of my life.
And then we had our Halloween party. It was
a New Year's Eve
New Year's Eve party.
We had a New Year's Eve party, probably one of the best nights of my life.
It was fun.
Sarah and I, it was like her coming. She visited New York, not for the first time in her life, to see me. She came to New York. We had a blast. She met all my friends. She got to hang in my circle and see what New York was all about. And I remember one of my friends tagged her in a photo on, I believe, MySpace at the time. And she panicked because she's like, my ex is still trying to get with me and he's a fucking crazy guy and he may kill you if your friend doesn't take down that photo. So if you don't think there's always someone lingering or someone meddling, you're crazy. So I felt bad for this girl. I know it's a dumb reality show, but if you
She deserved it though. She's like, what's he gonna do?
No.
Take my rose away? He already gave
okay.
me a rose. And he's like, yeah, I want it back. So I wasn't even gonna talk about that. The show's fucking boring as hell. Ass cheeks.
It was
like flat, deflated ass cheeks.
Cheeks.
So The Bachelor.
Will The Bachelor ever come to an end? I would say no, David Castillo, because it brings in big numbers for ABC and it's a cheap show to produce. So why would they ever do away with it unless it eventually just fades so badly? But if it has good ratings and it's easy to do. Why,
Archive 81 was really good. Oh, that was us at the party. Who's that again? That's some artist.
Is that Mario?
Mario Winans.
Mario
No, is it same? Is Mario and Mario Winans the same guy?
No.
No, right? So
No.
that's Mario.
Mario.
That's Mario.
Oh.
Hey, say he's just a friend. Is that the guy that did the remix to Biz Markie?
I thought it was Mario Winans. I forget.
We'll never know. What Mario is that?
I don't know.
So that was us at the party Rich speaks of in New York City. But there's always somebody. It's either that somebody's significant or they're not.
Want to see the first photo? I have the photo right here. It's on a shelf right here.
What are you drinking?
Me?
Yeah.
Fucking Malibu Babies. I don't know.
That's a great
Oh, you know what I mean? I'm drinking right there like egg yolk. It was my Rocky Balboa
What
day.
is that?
Yeah,
It's
and I drink
yellow.
raw eggs.
It's like
you know?
yellow orange.
Yeah, it's tequila sunrise. So
Look at that ring.
anyway, I
Did you guys dress alike on purpose, or
don't think so. No, I don't think so.
like was that?
And
our,
I didn't intend on even really harping on The Bachelor. The only thing I was going to say about The Bachelor is that it sucks.
That's the. I think this might be the first picture
Here,
of
hold on.
Sarah and I
Okay, there you go.
together
It's better.
as a couple with my friends Mike and Christina. That's from our party night New Year's Eve.
Don't let her ex-boyfriend Biff see that. So Archive 81 is a much better watch if you haven't checked that out yet.
I'm 2 in.
It's all right.
It's creepy.
Scary.
It's creepy and good. I don't know if I love it, but it's good.
It's giving
good.
Jordan nightmares. But I also sent like a nasty gram. I didn't. But I did send a heartfelt letter to SiriusXM. Be like, yo, guys, none of this shit adds up. I should be your guy, but I'm not. Where's my benefits at? I didn't say it in those exact words. I did it politically correct.
You
and
got me hosting
diplomatically.
events. I'm on every channel. I worked with the company 20 years.
Like in a nutshell, I'm one of your most sought after people to represent the company. And I'm the fill-in guy?
Yeah.
I'm the part-time guy? Doesn't make sense. Please hear me out. You know, I understand when we originally negotiated, we didn't have a plan. It's been a year. I've kind of shown you what I could do, and how versatile I could be, and diverse. How many Mexican Guidos do you have?
Did you bring up the diversity?
I used the word. and I got crickets, which is interesting. And I only bring that up not to disparage anybody or badmouth a company that I work for, because I love being part of it. I think they'll get back to me. You know, I just sent it yesterday, but man, like if you don't get back to them, like when they wanted their human resources things filled out, like it's got to be pronto. Like,
yeah,
you know, it's like
when they
like
got
pizza.
When they got paperwork,
yeah.
They're like, have you signed the paperwork? Have you signed the paperwork? Have you signed the paperwork?
But the one
By
time
the way, I
a
have
year
one
I send
question.
something, like no one even responds. Yeah. and how often do you reach out to like all the management and all the people? Like never. I don't. So you expect a little something like even like, hey, great to hear from you. You know, let's reconvene and we'll talk later. Like it's just zilch. But if I got a complaint about me, or if I may have said something that was off color, man, I'd hear a response that day. That day. And that's the only reason I bring that up. So I'll keep you posted on that. Just know that, you know, Steve Covino's on his mission. And
What are you paying? Cobra Kai benefits?
Well, I'm glad you brought that up. So because this new year started and I ended up with no benefits, you know, obviously I have to get my own. I have to make sure my daughter's covered. I have to make sure I'm covered. Luckily, if you want to see the glass half full, I was covered through COVID. And that was a hefty bill because I was at the hospital for like 7 days.
I was covered at the hospital, and I still got $1,000 bill from the.
Oh, I still got a bill, and it's more than $1,000. But Sirius XM and my benefits covered most of it.
Big procedures, no matter how much you're covered, still you're not covered.
Right.
I got a shot in the arm and a prescription for steroids. $1,000. Fuck you.
When was this for what?
For my back. When I went to the ER.
$1,000. What is your deductible?
Well, I had a $500 deductible and a $500 co-insurance. It was the first thing of the year, so of course everything all at once.
So I'm obviously researching, you know, the best benefits for my coverage now moving forward until SiriusXM wakes up and realizes I'm like the fucking epitome of what should be full time in that company. In my opinion.
I mean, I agree.
But how
with
do you say that in a non-arrogant, douchey way?
I don't know.
Hey, I should be the host of Douche Nation. SXM Douche Nation.
Maybe you need to say it.
No, I wrote
in
it
a
out,
douchey way.
and Jordan sort of made it more polite.
She polished it up.
She polished it up.
She polished your angry turd. She polished your angry shit.
It was like very full of myself, nasty gram, and then she sort of like made my point without sounding like a douche, and then I sent that out. Haven't heard anything yet, and that's fine.
It was weird because your original draft ended with "fuck you, beat it," and she went back in and
maybe not.
Maybe you shouldn't like take the Johnny Lawrence approach.
And get this.
Maybe you should be more like Daniel LaRusso.
Cobra
Kai,
which is like your interim, they'll cover your coverage.
Right.
You lose your benefits. Your company says, well, we'll roll you over into something called Cobra.
You know what's great about that?
Nothing,
and I'll tell you why.
Yeah, I'll tell you why. I was about to tell you why.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. I called them up. They'd be like, yeah, is this Cobra Kai? I'm calling about signing up for class.
Who answered?
John Kreese was like, yes.
He's like, it is
anyway,
me.
Long story short.
He's like, you got a problem, bud?
Like, yeah, this is Cobra. Well, what's it going to cost me and my daughter? $1,500. I'm $1,500. Foggy. So I hung out. I was like, yeah, all right, I'll meet you there. That's when I sent my email. I'm like, yeah, hey, SiriusXM, what the fuck, bro? I know how benefits work. I deserve them. This is my 20th year at the company.
The problem with Cobra.
And I'm still younger, right? Pretend to be younger than most of those farts you got on there.
Did you ask to talk to Terry Silver? Maybe that would have.
The problem with Cobra is that if your company has great benefits, which our company did have great benefits or does have great benefits, you have the only option is when you get Cobra, you now have to pay like almost near full price for those benefits.
$1,500.
Rather than say, oh, you're losing your insurance, you're going to have to pay some. Here are a couple options to choose from.
It was 14
It's
and
like
change.
either you're paying for everything or you get nothing.
It was like $900
There's
for me.
no in between.
14 and change for me and Melody.
That's the problem.
Fogatti. So I have other, options. There's other providers.
Like
I have to do it on my own.
What's you ever investigate these things that you don't really know about that none of us know about? Like what's Obamacare?
That's Yeah.
You go to like healthcare.org.
Yeah.
Like I'm like you hear these words thrown around that you don't really pay attention to.
That's
when you have medical
that's
coverage.
what you did, right?
I haven't done anything, but yeah, I've investigated all the cheaper routes.
Because I'll tell you what. Because I'll tell you what. There's no way on earth.
But it's
there's
all relative to the size of your steeple, bro.
No.
If you make a lot of money, you can't apply for some cheap shit.
No, but
you don't qualify.
No,
for
but
it.
what I'm saying is, yeah, I guess you're right. Then I was going to say,
No.
there's no way
You know-
that the
you know
average
who
person
gets free benefits. People that have no money. You know who gets cheaper benefits? People that make a little bit of money. You know who still has to pay a lot of money?
Like
people who make money.
You're not getting free benefits unless you show no income.
Yeah.
And no assets.
But it's all tax related.
Medicaid.
You
have
can't
to,
apply for cheap shit and then say to Uncle Sam, "Yeah, and I made $300,000." They're gonna be like, "Fuck you, pay me."
I think
That's not how it works.
I think like Butch has full medical coverage. Yeah, it's like dopes get free medical coverage, and that's a perfect example.
Still gonna cost me an arm
That's
and
a
a
perfect
leg.
example. I
If
think
you
Butch
show
has
no
coverage.
Yeah, if you show no income and no assets, Medicaid will pay for everything.
And then you start looking around. You don't want to compare yourself to other people, so that's why I have to, pat myself on the back and be like, I'm better than I should be your full time guy. Me, the one that's hosting your events. I'm not Phil and Frank. So anyway, that was my yesterday.
Moved to Canada.
Woke up today, got some gabagool.
Why don't you move to
Move to Banff.
Banff.
it's all coming together.
Banff, Canada. Maybe the mug you stare at every day is a sign.
Gabagool.
We're moving to Banff.
Illegals get free benefits. You know what, Caleb?
Mozzarella.
There's truth to that.
There is truth to that.
And-
I don't think he wasn't joking.
No, I know. And if you think that's okay, when there's people here and people that work, and everything's backwards, bro. I don't want to get political about this, but everything's ass backwards. And I see it just within my own scenario. Like, here I am, rocking like a hurricane on 3 different channels, showing my worth, hosting
You're
events with
actually
Rich.
playing
and
Rocky
I'm
like
the
a
guy.
hurricane.
I'm the only guy in this room with no benefits. Please explain how that makes any sense at all.
Well, I'm using my wife's benefits, so.
Well, exactly. But you still got them. I don't have any. I have nothing.
That's just luck.
So,
otherwise, I'd be shit out of luck.
and I'm like right here on the cusp of like, yeah, I think I qualify. Are you guys not factoring in any prep? You think I just show up? Like, I do a little prep.
What about
So anyway,
have you looked at Eagle Fang?
Eagle Fang Insurance is what I'm probably going to go with.
Go with that.
Yeah. Bite like an eagle.
It is ass backwards.
Bite like
Agreed.
an eagle. Everything's ass backwards. So anyway, I woke up this morning,
Had some gabagool.
I felt a little bad though because Spot hit me up. Shinfo backstory. Spot hit me up at around 7:35. He's like, "Bro, fuck, I need a ride to work today." I'm like, "Dude, I was already on the road dropping Melody off at school, so I was already out." So Spot ended up having to take an Uber here. Now,
Wish I could get a driver every day. That was nice.
I dropped Melody off. It was a little early. I had some extra time to kill before I got from Melody's school to Rich's. So I went to get gas, and at the gas station, they're like, "You want to add a car wash to that?" I was like, "Well,
I have time.
some time to kill. I've been meaning to wash my car." Sure.
There's no rain in the forecast.
Yeah, sure. Why not? So I went to the shitty gas station car wash, right? Got the extra $1 change so I could do a quick vacuum in there. And then I drove to your house. I get out of the car, Rich, and it looks like my car's dirtier than when I went in. I don't know how that's possible, right? But like there's a white film on my car. And I brushed my finger over it, and I'm like, well, what the fuck did I just pay $11 for? I just paid $11 for
What
this.
the fuck, bro?
Foggy. Woo! So now here's the question I pose to you. I know it's just $11, but keep in mind, gas was $60. Okay, around.
You go for the refund.
I feel like I want to go there.
Be like,
It's
yo.
right by your house, right?
What's
And
the
be
Shell on the
hey,
corner?
guys. No, there's some. It was United Pacific 176. I don't know.
The 76, like down the block here
Right?
on Platt.
So I go to the car wash. Am I being a fucking weenie?
No.
If I went back there and said, "Hey guys,
No, because it's no, you know why? Because it's
I'm not trying to break any balls here, but I
No,
paid $11
no.
this morning. Look at my fucking guy.
No, it's not. It's not.
I got the receipt.
I'll
I
tell
got
you why.
the proof.
I have the answer. It's not a mom and pop place. You're not putting anyone out. It's a
like
fucking.
ass cheeks.
It's a generic car wash.
I'll show you.
It was. I bet you it was. Was it one of those
Aren't
places
gas
where the guys
stations-
aren't even scrubbing? It's like it's an automated go through one.
Yeah.
If it's no
Aren't gas
refund.
stations,
cheeks.
like for franchises.
Yeah, but you know what? Some of those automated ones are really good.
I
go
agree.
to the
Sarah,
Shell
Sarah,
ones.
the Shell
Shell
likes
ones
the
are
Shell
fantastic.
one.
It has the fucking little how
And
do you
it's like
do's.
add $5. Yeah.
This one didn't have the how do you do's, the brushes and the spinny things.
No, go back. Honestly, because all it's going to take is some bows at the register being like, yeah, sure, pal.
I kind of want
do it.
on principle. I don't. Do
No,
I need 11
do
bucks?
it.
No, but man, it looks like
Do
ass.
it.
So all right, hey man, I can't believe Rich is saying to do it.
Do it.
If
Fuck
Rich
it.
is saying to do it,
No,
Mr. I hate confrontation.
No,
guy.
I used to. Well, because first of all, it's very little confrontation. If you're returning something and it's like, ooh, that's weird, that's awkward, that's one thing. If it's a car wash where your car looks like ass and it's an automatic car wash, and it wasn't like the guy, we're talking. Covino went to a car wash where they didn't have the guy scrubbing your windows before you went through. Like you when you go to a car wash, what do they do right away? Wheels and windows, right? Like they do the little with the brush and then you go through. This is one of those. Hey, you want to add a car wash to your gas fill up? $10, yeah. If your car looks like shit, you can be like, yo, your car wash, something's not functioning. I need my money back.
I want my money back. Give me my money back. Give me my money back, you bitch. And don't forget to give me back my $11, bro.
$11
and a
bro.
dollar and quarter. I want the extra fucking vacuum sucked too. So I want $1
I want
back.
to bring my hospital bill back to the ER and say what you didn't take away my pain.
No, I'm serious.
See what happens.
I'm sick of fucking people taking advantage. I'm sick of not getting what I deserve. And I'm taking it out on the gas station people.
Taking it back.
You know what? I deserve benefits. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to tell that dude at the gas station, give my fucking money back. Fuck you. Pay me.
People return shit all the time.
Fuck you, pay me.
People return shit all the time when they're unhappy. And I realized that for years of my life, I was too okay with it. Like I tell you, my mother-in-law is infamous for being like, she'll bring shit back to the butcher and be like, this steak is a little gritty. Like I need a new one right now. And I'm like Cindy will call spot. Like I'll name a barbecue place in Texas, like Black's Barbecue or Rudy's or something. If Cindy gets her brisket and she's like, this isn't good, she'll call them and say, I just got takeout and that brisket was not good. And they'll be like, all right, man, what's your name? All right, Cindy. All right, we have a credit for you here, $9 next time you come in. She's like, well, thank you. Like she is fucking harsh, and I'm sick of being the guy that's okay with things. I'm with you. I'd go back and be like, yo, look at my car. Does this look like I just got a car wash? Give me my $10.
Well, we know what they're probably going to say. Well, it's been
4 hours. What is it? Where'd you go?
4 hours. Where'd you go? Were you
No, you know
driving
what I was
around?
thinking?
No.
They're going to be like,
Nah.
how do we know this is the same car?
No, be like, yo, listen. No, be like,
Jordan
I had to
says,
go-
I feel like you should have Rich go back with you to the gas station. I feel like people don't want to help you because you have resting dick face. She didn't say dick face. She said bitch face.
They're much kinder to gay couples.
She
Yeah.
goes,
So
Rich's
boyfriend-
cheeseball
my-
personality, people are nicer to him as a result.
yeah. Oh, they won't want to like offend you. So yeah, you just go back.
My boyfriend got his car washed. We'll post the gay couple.
Oh, then I'll definitely get my money back because no one's going to want to offend us.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Hey, Spot. Hey,
My
I
boyfriend
sent you a clip.
Stefan.
I
My
sent you a clip.
boyfriend. My boyfriend Stefan got his car washed.
Would you send me
A clip. I sent Spot a clip just because I keep saying Fugatti. I'm saying Fuggoouttatahee. Fugatti.
that guy riding in his car?
But I just want to show you what I want to do to the people at the gas station, and I'll do that later today. I got my receipt. Here's what I want to do. I want to go up to him and say this. Hey, put it up.
Fuck out of here. Hey, how you doing? Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, it's good. I like that, yeah.
Hey, how you doing? Oh, you got so big. Fuck out of here.
That shit made me laugh so much.
Yo,
man.
did you see? By the way, did you see?
big fuck guy.
What is going on there, though? Seriously, what is going on in that clip?
So
I have
fucking
no
some old
idea.
guy. I don't know.
Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Hey,
Who
how
is
you
that
doing?
guy?
Oh, you got so big. Fuck out of here.
That's my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it like maybe it's some government official that's greeting people? I don't
Yeah,
know.
but maybe he's known that's like a gimmick. I don't know. By the way, do you guys see the video of Joe Biden where his mic's on? He doesn't realize he's like, "You're still a son of a bitch."
About the Fox reporter?
Yeah.
Yeah, that went viral yesterday. So anyway, this is my car wash dilemma, trying to turn dilemmas into lemonade. Just trying to, again, get what you pay for. I feel like I got ripped off. I will show you. My car looks dirtier than when I went in. If you take your finger over any place in my car, there's a white film over it. Looks like ass cheeks. It looks dirty, and I paid $12. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but it's like, yo, man, fucking principle.
Matt Ellis said, I've asked for a second car wash right away. Like, I went through, and there was still shit in my car. I said, yo, it's...
All right, good. Just, you know what it is, man? No one likes to complain, and I spend a lot of my day complaining.
Well, complain all day. You know why? Because people suck.
People suck, and it's like, you just want some justice. Like, I'm still dealing, and thank
I
God
want some
Jordan's dealing with
Victoria
it.
justice.
You know, I got a new dishwasher. Get this. I got a new dishwasher. I should save it for my son of rage.
What happened to Jordan? Kidding, get it? Dishwasher.
I love sexist humor.
Oh,
man.
Get it? I'm glad she's handling it because she's the one that ordered the dishwasher, right? Yeah. And I'm like, why? I already have one.
Boom.
Boom. You.
Boom. Get
So
it?
anyway.
Sexist jokes.
Sexist jokes. I had nothing but issues with the delivery, the installation, everything, right?
Didn't you say something was crooked or something?
Come to find out, I mean, whole long story. I don't want to drag it out.
They couldn't push it in the back,
this isn't complaino and bitch.
Oh, that's right. It was like, it stuck out. Yeah,
Long
that's
story
what it was.
short,
Yeah.
get this. When they took my previous dishwasher out, they put like a blanket, like an insulated blanket over it.
Yeah,
right?
no, yeah, the little, yeah.
So guess what they
Is it like
didn't
a
do when they
fleece?
installed the new one?
Is it a fleece blanket?
It's a Uggs, an
Uggs?
Ugg
Ugg
blanket.
blanket?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
Is it like
actually,
that-
it's a slanket. It's a slanket.
Is it like that really soft one you have?
It's a
I love
blanket
that
with sleeves. Yeah. Guess what they didn't do? These fucking brainiacs when they installed my new one that I paid like $1,000 for. Hey, $1,000 fucking. Oh, you got so big, I get out of here.
They forgot to put the blanket.
Hey, how you doing? How's your mom? Fuck out of here. Hey, how you doing? Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Hey, how you doing? Oh, you got so big. Fuck out of here.
That's the best one. You're
So they didn't put the insulated blanket, and now my dishwashers there are all freezing every night. You know what happens when
so
you
cold.
don't do that? Moisture builds. So now when you open my dishwasher, my brand new LG dishwasher with the purple blinky lights, smells like fucking rotten eggs, ass cheeks. Everything's ass cheeks. So Jordan is on the phone for like 3 hours yesterday. Yeah, not what I paid for. Yeah. So I mean,
Where's my blanket?
Everything is such a hassle. You know why? Because no one takes pride in their work anymore. And you have to fight for your right to party and for what you pay for. The end.
My blanket.
The end. And that's why I'm going to the car wash today.
Blanket.
Not because I need $12. On
Call
principle. On
Blanket.
principle. I work hard for my money. I don't even have benefits.
Hi, I'm blanket.
So hard, honey.
Yeah.
What
You
if
know what? I'm
somebody-
frustrated now. I'll be right back.
What if someone knocks on your door and they're like,
Come in.
Hi, I'm blanket.
Oh, that was you?
yeah.
Oh. Spaghetti. Oh, you got so big. Get the spaghetti.
You got so
You got so big. It's the best one.
Out of here. Hey, how you doing? Fuck out of here.
Hey, how you doing?
It's me,
Fuck
blanket.
out of here. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Hey, how you doing? Oh, you got so big. Fuck out of here.
Fuck yeah. Well, Covino and Rich, love hanging with you guys. Now, I have a friend in need I want to get to, but I have a question for you.
Me or you? Or
And you. And you.
Or the people.
And everybody. It had to do with, sometimes people ask us, it's about if you shake it enough, I could fake we're having an earthquake. Guy! There's
Just trying to center you up.
there's a hey spaghetti.
Did you just say that? Did you just say that when you flushed the toilet? Yeah. Spaghetti.
There's a guy that posed a fucking random question, and this is one of those. Like, I'm interested to see people's answers. You ever see that someone poses a dumb question, but like, I must click on the comments because I'm a curious idiot.
I'm so impressed by your answer to my question. Rich had my back. Rich thinks I should complain
I'm a
to get
change.
my money back?
I'm a change man. You know why? I'm
Can't
sick.
believe
Of,
it.
no, because I'm sick. You know what it is? It's if you're living, as I call it now I call it the Jaime Tavares lifestyle. When you're a dink, the dual income, no kids, and no hassles. You could be a super sweet, generous guy, and if people rip you off, it doesn't matter. Like you live that life for a while, and then you're like, man, everything costs money.
Yeah.
Your kid's school. Ben starts school next month. You know what? That's an extra. Fucking $1,000 a month. Like everything is money. So I am no longer in the business of even giving anyone a fucking inch. I've changed. I've become a better man. I've become more reasonable. I'm less fucking cavalier with that shit.
Yeah, well, Cobra, $1,500. So good.
I honestly, I used to. A great example.
Fuck out of here.
Yeah. Hey, you got so big. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, he was like, fuck hey.
That's yours.
That's the guy.
Which fuck out is more the most Covino?
Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here.
No, just wait.
Fuck out of here.
That's Covino.
How you doing? Oh, you got so big. Fuck out of here.
Hey, you got so big.
That's me.
So okay, what's your friend in need? And
By the
then
way,
we'll
with
do some random
the like wasted money thing,
yeah,
I'll be honest. Like, yeah,
keep your receipts.
Maybe it was a eye opener
Keep your
when
receipts.
you know I went through a time where for a minute I was like, fuck ESPN and SiriusXM, and until we got Patreon and Fox and everything cooking again, there was a minute where I was like, all right, I got to re-budget a little bit, and I I reassessed wasting money essentially, right?
That, and I see so many dipshits getting handouts, and they get so many fucking perks.
No, but like
dipshits.
I used to.
I try to do everything right. Fuck you,
I
Fly.
think I feel. I see dipshits keeping their job.
Yeah.
In a time where I like a perfect example of what I used to do versus now. The best example is the one I gave a week ago, Brussels sprouts. We got a bag of Brussels sprouts that once we opened it, they were smelled like fucking shoes.
Smelled like a
fog. Try not
Get
to
the
swear
fog-
so
yeah,
much.
I'm sorry, you're right. I am.
Fogatti.
It smelled like the taint of a man from Brussels.
Yeah, it
smells like my dishwasher when you open it.
No, it smells like Covino's dishwasher.
It smells like old Middle Eastern balls.
Or as Spot said, the taint of a man from Brussels. Yeah, the Brussels sprouts were bad.
You ever see that dude who didn't shower? That Middle Eastern guy that didn't shower for like 187 years? That's what it smells like his ball. It smells like his ass crack
That's me.
in my dishwasher.
I'm that guy.
So 5 years ago?
You don't know what I'm talking about? The guy they use as a meme, and it says, your air freshener, your air filter, watching you put a mask on.
I saw that.
Oh, yeah.
Smells like his ass crack when you open up my dishwasher.
5 years ago?
Because they installed it improperly.
5 years ago, I would have saw that bag of Brussels sprouts. It was like $3.99.
Yeah.
And I would have said, tough break.
And now you say?
Now I'm like, Fogay. Oh, you got so big, Fogay. I went back to Ralph's and I'm like, yeah,
thanks to Rick
$4.
Bond. Rick Bond sent me that clip. Thank you, Rick. I forgot who sent it to me. Rick's the guy, Rick Bond. I usually remember things like that. Rick Bond. Word is Bond.
Rick is Bond.
Yeah, that's who's living in my dishwasher right now. This guy.
That guy.
That's a picture of your cabin air filter watching you.
I know there's different versions.
Yeah,
of it.
That's the latest one is
buy new rims for your car.
Yeah.
That's your home air filter watching you put a mask on. But that's a guy who like hadn't showered for 87 years. Or something like that.
I
and he eventually
reprioritized.
showered. He eventually took a shower. That guy.
Wow, what do you look
I got
like?
your back, Covino. No one's ripping
And
us
that guy
off
is
anymore.
rich.
No one's ripping us off anymore.
All right. So anyway, continue. I'm just glad to hear that. Years ago, Rich would have been like, "Yeah, let it go."
Oh, and you know when you get a
Not
little, and you know when you
worth
get a little perk because someone forgets something, and you feel like you won.
Yeah.
I went to Chipotle last week, and the guy wrote on my burrito, just a C. He forgot to put the G for guacamole.
Oh, that's the best.
So I saved a couple bucks, and like, all right, that'll be like $8 or $9. I'm like,
Man,
I felt like I was like,
small victories.
Oh, small victory. But then I'm like,
That's why
he did that because I was nice to him. I think.
that's why it all evens out, in my opinion.
You ever wonder how much money you lost along the way, like a 20
That's
dropped
why
out of
I'm
your
going to hit
pocket
the
or
lottery
something?
because I deal with hassles.
Yeah.
That's when it evens out.
Well, anyway, smells like that guy's Brussels. Yeah. All right. So
Smells like his taint.
I saw a post on social media. I have so many things I want to get to. We have a half hour. But
Focus.
before I get to the comments, because this is gonna be an interesting one, we're sharing videos and you shared that picture. Did you see that judge? Call the judge and get some fudge.
Steve Harvey?
No, he is my new favorite judge.
Steve Harvey.
This is a
The
great
guy from Providence, Rhode Island. What's
No,
his name?
I love that guy too. That's always
old
so
guy?
nice and kind. There was a judge that was such a piece of shit. And she admitted it, turned her, reported herself, and not facing any major consequences, but realized what a piece of garbage she was. So there was a guy that was fined by his community or his town, right? For having unkept bushes and shrubbery, and like his property did not fit the code of the community, right?
I got that same fine.
And he was
for my unkept bush.
And he was like, I'm an old guy with cancer.
Oh.
And the judge was like, you're an embarrassment. Clean it up. And his son gets on the phone. He's like, can we have an exception, Your Honor? He's an old guy who's been battling cancer.
And I moved.
And the judge
got
doubled down
cancer.
like, you should be embarrassed and ashamed of yourself. And later, that video went viral, and she came out and she's like, is this new? Yeah. It was like, I'm so embarrassed. I'm wrong. And if anyone's seen it, I don't even think it's worth playing unless it's so easily findable spot. But this old guy, he's a foreign guy, so he is having his like son-in-law or son help him. Like, Your Honor, I am an immigrant and I'm battling cancer. And the judge seems to have 0.0 sympathy.
I mean, the law is the law.
And no, Spot,
I
no.
know.
The law is not the law when it comes to compassion.
Man.
And this guy, like, hell, he's like, okay. And they paid the fine for $100, but even the son was like, yeah, I can't believe the judge acted that way. But the judge then turned herself in. Again, not fired or anything, but just, it went viral. I thought it was a pretty rude display. Like, imagine if you, like, started getting really down and putting down someone that was, like, an old guy battling cancer. Like, really? It's fine. Is he fine or no?
I have a news report.
Yeah, let's. Like I mean, maybe it's worth.
That's okay.
If it's worth playing for 20 seconds, it's topical. Yeah, here it is. Yeah. See,
he hasn't been keeping his walkway clear.
I am a cancer patient, very old man.
But his difficult situation didn't garner much sympathy.
Shameful. The neighbors should not have to look at that. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Jeez.
That judge is dressing down of a Hamtramck homeowner.
Yeah, so she was like, you should be, she was like putting that, and then,
how did she talk to real
and
criminals?
An elderly cancer survivor is garnering criticism on social media.
Is it, ma'am, forgivable because my father is currently sick and we cleaned that after?
You see that photo?
I am very sick, man.
That is shameful.
Oh,
the 72-year-old
He's like,
Hamtramck
I have
man
cancer, ma'am. And he's a fucking old guy battling cancer. And she,
that's sad. I hope she talks to actual criminals that way.
Very rude telling a cancer survivor patient that you should go to jail.
During the court appearance.
Oh, yeah, she said in the thing, like, you should go to jail.
Jeez.
I
mean, she was having a bad day, but still, like, you can't, you're in that power position.
Judge Karen is right.
That's terrible. Oof. Terrible story.
So,
she's apologized.
She's apologized and said, I mean, let's chalk it up to a bad day. Everyone's got a bad day, but she held herself accountable.
It's like when you're a judge, you have to be fair and square. You can't have bad days.
Yeah,
who does that whole bit about like
a pilot can't have
an okay day?
Yeah, exactly.
You don't want your pilot having a bad day.
And Becker brings up a good point. Shame on the neighbors for not checking and seeing the circumstances before being tattletales.
You know, that's a good point.
Like, hey,
honestly,
your property's a little out of. You have some bushes and shrubs. Maybe you say, hey, old guy with cancer, we'll clean it up.
That is the best point.
You ever see a picture of Spot's dick?
Whoa, vulgar.
I mean, Spot's penis.
Jesus,
better.
bro.
You ever see a picture of Spot's penis watching him get a haircut?
No, but I feel like you have a meme to go along with it.
Yeah, it's the old guy.
Oh.
It's that old guy, Spot.
No, it looks like this.
No. That's a picture of Spot's bush.
That's my D watching me get a haircut.
I mean, if people think this is unkempt, drive around any neighborhood that's not. Come on, that's gross. But
what does this have to do with your friend in need?
It wasn't. I said it was just a news story. You go over news alerts. I was throwing one in there.
Okay, well, hey, since we're on news alerts, I might as well fucking go into it. Neil Young wants Spotify to pull his catalog because he doesn't line up with Joe Rogan's politics. That's
fine,
really
fine. Take his music.
Because Joe Rogan is on Spotify.
Who cares?
I don't think there's anyone on Spotify that gives a diddly do about Neil Young's catalog. To be honest,
that's not true.
I mean, it is in the grand scheme of things. How many young people are like, man, I really need Neil Young?
Young people aren't only on Spotify.
Yeah, but you know what?
I love Spotify.
His numbers are not
old.
the same as new numbers.
That being said, not a fan of Neil Young. So if he disappeared off Spotify,
I just think that's such a weird stance. I don't agree with your politics.
Alex Berman wanted me to bring it up, so I did. But it is a big story today. It's one of the top stories. Like, his stance is, if you guys are going to support Joe Rogan and his views and his politics, I don't want my catalog on this service. you can't have both. And I'm like the old El Paso tortilla girl.
You ever been a heart of gold? No, I'm good. Bye-bye.
It's like I never understood that shit. It's like there was a story years ago at SiriusXM where people were mad that SXM was carrying like Glenn Beck or something. I don't know. There was
yeah, that was it.
Someone
change the channel.
Rush
Limbaugh. So like was like, I won't be on a network or support. It's like, really? Like, people mind your own business, stay in your lane.
Well, Neil Young doesn't necessarily even need it, right? So he's taking his stance.
Take your music down. That's
you
fine.
can't have both. So you can't have both.
Right.
And does he know how like the podcasting world works? Like, isn't Joe Rogan available
anywhere?
Anywhere?
He's available
that
anywhere.
Carries
but,
a podcast?
I don't think Apple though.
Spotify though is who pays him and distributes his stuff. So speaking of rancid homeless ass,
yes.
Did you see that they're getting rid of all the homeless here in LA, but for the Super Bowl?
Oh, they're sending him somewhere else. Like, hey, all expense paid hobo vacation for the week of the Super Bowl.
I understand it, but it also like angers me a little bit. Again, this is also another story, I believe, courtesy of Alex Berman. He's doing more prep than Spot. I'm just kidding, Spot. He goes, here, this should be interesting. You're always complaining about the homeless in LA. Homeless encampment sweeps begin near SoFi Stadium ahead of the Super Bowl. So the encampment sweeps begin.
I mean,
meaning that they're going around. You got tourists coming from all over the country for the Super Bowl here in LA this year. They want to make it presentable. So they're like, yo, Hobo Johnson, you got to go.
I don't
Hobo
think that's it.
Williams, you got to go. Yeah, they're moving people because they're in the way.
But they're in the way. Like, we've been to many a Super Bowl, correct?
It's the homeless along the route from LAX to SoFi.
Oh.
They're given 72 hours notice, according to KTLA. It's a story not only in the news nationally, but like on our local news. But here's the thing: it's almost like it's like cleaning up your dirty house before company comes over. Like we all know you live like
near
like,
LAX.
You know what I mean? Like you're just pretending. Really, that's what bothers me about it.
Yeah.
You know,
So
like,
it's a
we know you
temporary
live like
little fix.
slobs the rest of, 364 days of the year, you live like a slob. You got company coming over. Oh, let's clean up real quick.
But
that's what LA's doing for the Super Bowl.
Well, SoFi's not far from LAX. It's not like it's downtown LA. That being said, in downtown LA is the convention center, right?
Yeah.
Where the Radio Row is going to be. So I imagine in a radius of that area, because they always set up security checkpoints, stanchions, all that kind of stuff. You can't go anywhere near streetwise any of these events because of security. So I imagine they have to build out a radius from all these places. And if there's homeless people, which are people inside this radius, they need to be moved out.
Honestly, I'm almost on the side of the hobo with this one. They're going, all year is not an issue.
And now
your mother-in-law's coming to visit. Now I gotta go. You know what I mean? It's like,
and now I got to put away my stuff.
Stu,
now
I got to load up my shopping cart.
Now you got a problem with my collection of bobbleheads?
He's had a tent set up all year. Now, because the Super Bowl's coming, now he's got to move.
But this is my underpass.
Yeah, so, Neil
apparently
Young.
this happens quite a bit. They're saying, I think Stu hit us up saying, Olympic cities seem to do a quick little sweep of
I get
hobos.
it, but all you're doing is sweeping the problem under the carpet.
I responded to Alex Berman,
Yeah.
who also sent this to me, and I said, wait until the Olympics hit town, which is what, 2020?
When do they start for that?
You know how much they're going to have to wipe down this town? They're going to have to ship everybody to a different area.
What do you think about...
Send them to the Antelope Valley, which is north of here. The San Gabriel Valley. Send them out of here.
What do you think about this? You talk about the Super Bowl. Breaking news.
What?
Sean Payton, according to Ian Rappaport. Sean Payton stepping away from the Saints.
Really?
Yeah, which is huge. He's one of the most respected coaches in the game. So
yeah, but I thought
she didn't hit you up. I'm sure you've watched him for a while in his career. He didn't hit you up.
How many Super Bowls has Sean Payton won?
I don't know. You tell me. You're friends.
One spot. I mean, like you can't. I mean, he's highly touted. I mean,
awkward
this guy,
burgers.
How can you not talk? How can you not? Forget it. I don't want to get into it again.
Neil Young wants Spotify to pull his music due to Joe Rogan's vaccine misinformation on the platform. Homeless are being swept away.
Is it misinformation or is it just a different opinion?
Misinformation, according to USA Today.
I saw a liberal spokesman on Bill Maher that has been shunned by the liberal community because she has come forward and said, like, yo, if you say anything that doesn't line up with like the message
or protocol,
you're considered like a fucking maniac. And it's like come on now.
One last story, courtesy of Jim Ramsey. And I want Jim to know I said Fulgada, F-U-G-G.
I agree. Jim's right. Too much cursing.
But I mean, it was appropriate today. Yeah. John Stockton's defiance of COVID-19 mask mandates forces Gonzaga to suspend the NBA Hall of Famers basketball season tickets.
It's an illusion.
So, because
False
John
facade.
Stockton has taken his stance of like, I'm not wearing a stupid mask just to, play the game and fulfill these weird optics like of I'm wearing a mask, but I could take it off when I'm eating. Like, well, how does this even make sense, right? And it doesn't. None of it makes sense, but we do it just to play along.
Right. Why don't
but
they
I think he's taking a stand, and his number's retired there. And they're like, well, sorry, John, and then guess we're taking away your tickets.
Goes back to the first story
It's
of the
very
day.
odd.
Goes to the first story of the day. Only they have nothing to lose in the same way, but like he's your most popular alumni. Why piss him off?
Embrace him.
It's like Patrick Mahomes' girlfriend. Like why? Like I don't get it. Like, and by the way, the mask thing, I wrote down mask question and it was a simple one.
So Stockton's season tickets
How long?
suspended.
How long until like the mask game is like officially considered like, all right.
Well, now they're saying that they don't work and they want you to wear at least the other ones.
Well,
Yeah,
and that's going to cause people to say, fuck it all together.
No, they work if everyone wears one, and not everyone is wearing them.
Well, the mask.
They're
I'm
more.
going to wear my
preventative.
Freddy Krueger mask.
Somebody stop me!
And by the way, there's an update that Fox is saying that they may want Sean Payton if Troy Aikman leaves for Amazon, because Amazon's going to have rights to certain football games now. So if Amazon lures Troy Aikman away from Fox, they're saying they may want Sean Payton at Fox. So that's interesting. One last football question, buddy.
Derek is saying, well, Stockton says some really crazy stuff too. I'm just telling you what they did. I didn't say Stockton's the greatest guy ever.
That's not half the story, Stu. It doesn't matter what he said. Stockton said that athletes are dropping dead on the field from the vaccine. That's if he has an opinion that you think is stupid or you don't agree with.
A lot of athletes are dropping dead from the vaccine.
Do we know that though?
Well, there's a lot of athletes that have mysteriously dropped dead who appeared to be healthy. And that's not to say it's a bad vaccine, but people react differently to different things.
It's true.
Right? So.
And we lost Meatloaf due to COVID. So.
That's true.
Exactly, yeah. I don't think that's necessarily even a negative stance toward the vaccine. It's just people react differently toward it.
I'm
just
telling
like
you.
people react differently toward the actual virus, like Spotty said.
Not up for debate, just a statement. Last year we talked about COVID fatigue, how people were like, it's over when it wasn't over just because they were sick of it. I'm gonna go on to say that I think that we're approaching that 2.0, where like now that COVID's no more than the common cold for most people, I think it's like,
isn't it amping up again?
No, but
there were more.
Stu says don't admit half the story.
My
I don't know how
Citizen
that has
app,
anything to do with it.
My
But
Citizen app tells me there were more. This week was the most COVID deaths since last winter.
Yeah, but they don't talk about all the people that die. All have like multiple comorbidities and everything. Like the average person, like my
we've taken care. Those people have already been taken care of.
It's over. It's over. This variant is common cold symptoms. NFL, big organizations are backing off of like, we're not even going to test people anymore. Like 5 days back to work. Like we're realizing society's falling apart. So what are we going to do? Have society completely fall apart?
Gotta keep moving forward.
Got to keep moving forward. It's unbelievable. All right. Speaking of football, one last interesting story about that. How do you feel about the Rams, because they lack a fan base, playing ticket optics and shenanigans and little loopholes where they're not letting 49ers fans buy tickets for the Sunday championship game? Wrong or a good little tactic?
How do they
I think
that?
I think one of the trick spot is that they'll
Is
block
there any
certain
legal,
zip codes.
I was say, is there any legal ramification here?
I was thinking there's got to be. You can't. I don't think
VPNs, bro.
Yeah, but I agree. I think there should legally. I could promise you,
VPNs.
legally.
I mean, I like what they're doing, but can they do it legally? I mean, they can do whatever they want. Legally, can they do that? I don't know. I don't know the rules. But yeah, you want to pack as many of your own fans
if anyone wants
in there as possible.
Remote VPN into here, let me know. I'll give you a platform.
But doesn't that make you think like last time the 49ers played the Rams 3 weeks ago? And the Rams are the favorite. I mean, I think the Rams, if the 49ers win, I'd be so pleasantly surprised. But the Rams, this should be their game. I mean, they're at home.
It will be their game. Meaning because it's their home.
No, spot. But the last time they played, more than half the stadium.
I know, it's just
49ers fans.
It's what,
when they played
5-hour drive?
When they played the Cardinals. No, but it's also spot because the Rams don't have the fan base. And the Rams at least have a fan base. The Chargers, that was a bigger issue than any team because remember the Chargers out here in LA? Every home game, the players were even saying like, oh, they play the Steelers, all Steelers fans. Yeah. They play the Giants, all Giants fans. They play the Raiders, all Raiders fans. Like whoever they played. So I think that's an interesting thing, trying to use your billing address and your zip to prevent you from buying tickets. Former 49er players like Frank Gore are saying, I'm in LA, I'm buying a bunch of tickets, and I will give them and sell them to 49ers fans.
I'll give you, if you need an address, I'll give you Covino's address to use.
So I thought that was pretty wild.
What artist did this as a diss to somebody else?
Oh, 50 Cent did it to Ja Rule.
He bought out the first two rows.
He bought the whole first like 20 rows of a concert. So that it appeared no one was there.
So that it appeared empty. All right, so okay, cool stuff, man. Cool,
yeah,
rad,
cool. Hey,
gnarly, man.
Hey, bro.
Yeah, that's your rando news headline update of the day. If you want the rest of the story and you want to really dive into it, check out CNN or something else.
Yeah,
we're just giving you the gist of the story.
If you want news about COVID, you've come to the wrong place. I'm fucking done talking about it. I'm over
Me too,
it. I'm over it.
It's a big story.
I'm gonna throw super spreaders forever now.
Just acknowledging it. What we're doing is acknowledging it. Think what you want.
There was a question someone asked on one of our Carl pages. It might have been Instagram, Facebook, I forget where, but it was a good one where I was like, yo, I'm so curious to see the responses to this because it's going to be one of those questions where everyone's like, you do what? Yo, bro, I do this. This is the way to do it. It has nothing to do with barbecue because you feel like barbecuing and grilling. There's always like a guy that's like, no, bro, here's what you got to do. Cooking, grilling. What are things where everyone feels like they got the right way?
Tom Brady.
Investing.
Oil changes?
Investing.
Tom Brady.
Investing, fixing car stuff.
Ask Donnie Pompadour, because Donnie Pompadour, everything he does. You know how I joke and I say everything I buy is a bad boy? Look at this bad boy. Look at this bad boy. At the iPhone 13 from Keith Velez. Look at this bad boy. Shout out to Keith Velez. Donnie Pompadour.
Keith Velez, who's changing careers.
Yeah.
Good luck. Congratulations.
To our buddy.
Law enforcement.
Keith Velez. Spoke to him yesterday. Got the cool guy discount on a new iPhone.
Yeah, before he left the Apple store.
Good job. He made the offer. By the way.
I know.
Did you know that Thumbs Up kid is all grown up?
No way, that's him. That's Brent Rambo?
Yeah.
Oh, Brent Rambo is not as cool as I thought of Brent Rambo
not
would be.
as cool as he used to be.
Man, he should have stayed a kid.
It's like Nicole Eggert was way hotter when she was on Baywatch, not when she's on The Bachelor. You see Nicole Eggert, your dream girl yesterday?
No, I don't want to.
Yeah, people get old, though. I'm not trying to be mean.
No, did she look all right?
She
was my favorite.
She was on Bachelor. People get old. People grow up.
I look at my wife. I look at my wife sometimes and I say, that could have went good or bad. My wife, I'm so amazed like how she looks so similar to when we first started dating. I'm like in my eyes at least. Hey, maybe that's the thing. Maybe your wife, if you love them, even when you're like 90, you'll be like, hey, you look the way when we first met.
Still look fantastic.
Like maybe, right?
I don't know.
Like when you're an old wrinkly guy and she's like an old wrinkly lady. Do you look at each other like, and I still see the young version of you?
Have you ever seen the video in context of Brent Rambo?
Brent Rambo's a legend.
It's from like some Apple promotional video in '84.
Dear Mr. Scully, Mac rules the world.
And I wish I would have invested.
Brent Rambo.
Brent Rambo! By the way, Brent Rambo, if I would have seen him in '84, I would have told my family to put all their money in Apple and we'd be millionaires and billionaires right now. Because he could have inspired me. I would have wanted to be Brent Rambo.
So you think he got paid in Apple stock?
Everything I own's a bad boy. Look at this blazer I got from Banana Republic.
Anything Donnie
Check out this
Pompadour does is right.
You could play a game. It's like, who said it? Donald Trump or Donnie Pompadour? Meaning, you know how they just speak about like, I got the greatest thing, the biggest this. Oh, it's just the best. When you hear this guy talks, and I love his gusto. I love Donnie. He's very funny, and he's a supporter of our show. But everything he does, he got it right. You know, everything he did it right. If you read, you read in the tone in which they're speaking,
I
and it's
admire that.
hilarious.
You know what I admire about
If you want to
Donnie?
get it right, just ask him.
I know what I admire about Donnie Pompadour. Not only is he a good guy, listens to our show.
Yeah,
I wish that, and I'm a confident guy. I wish I had his confidence.
He speaks with the, like I said, like if you pretended, you could imagine Donald Trump saying these things. It's the best. It's the biggest. It's the greatest.
But we just add an A at the end because he's Canadian.
Yeah.
Ready?
It's the biggest A.
So that's how I feel when I read anything he says, no matter what you're talking about. Go ahead, give me anything. Grilling? Oh, I tell you, I bought the best grill ever.
Yeah, but what you
I
think?
got the best price.
Well, listen.
And I got a good deal on it, and I cooked the best meat.
How you grill might be good, but not as good as the way I cook A.
Yeah. I swear to God, that's how he comes across. I don't know if he intends to. I'm pretty sure he does.
Probably.
Yeah, he's funny as hell.
But everything he does is the best.
I have other shit that we're gonna have to put aside till tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
But I have one final dumb deep thought that someone asked, and it's how often, and how. So there's two questions: how often and how do you clean your ears?
I think it's the dumbest question ever.
It's a great question
The
because
fact
the
that
answer is
anyone
going to be.
has to ask this means it
I'm
worries
sorry,
me.
is this Donnie? Or
Yeah,
Covino?
I think it's the dumbest question I ever heard in my life.
No, because I think
Like every time you get out of the shower, you
no, but
clean
here's
your ear out.
here's the question.
Super dumb.
Here's the question.
So dumb.
Here's the question because it's
might be the dumbest
okay, because I think there's layers to this question. Because when you say clean your ears, that itself is define what that means. Does it mean
when Marianne would give little Richie a bath?
Yeah.
What would she do after that bath? Probably
Take
take
the
a little
towel.
Q-tip and clean your ear, right?
No.
Well, then that's why. You guys were raised by wolves. You get out of the bath, out of the shower, you do a quick, how do you do? The end.
No.
You don't, yes.
No.
Yes. Why do you think they give you 190 of them or whatever, 900
by
of
the
them in
way,
a box?
You're not supposed to clean your ears with Q-tips as they.
You're not
get-
supposed
Right, I
to
was just
stick
gonna say
things
that,
in
yeah.
your ear.
You're not supposed to use
stick
Q-tips.
things in your ear, but you're supposed to clean your ear out. It's part of
But
your
hold on.
maintenance.
But I'm
your
saying,
daily
no,
maintenance.
But hold on. When someone says clean your ears, I'm thinking, all right, layer number one, right? Layer number one. When you're in the shower and you're washing your hair and you scrub your face, you're cleaning the outside of your ears and behind.
Yeah.
I always scrub behind my ears
Of
in
course.
the shower, right?
Is that counts?
No,
Is this worthy of explanation?
It is because clean your ears
then
is
I
a fucking
assume-
complex question.
Then I assume we're talking to that guy who hasn't showered in 87
Doesn't
years.
clean his legs though.
You're like, maybe you're being like a little. I clean my legs, you idiot. I don't scrub them every single day with a loofah like
Maybe
hard.
you should, you know.
Right, well,
Like,
you know
it's
what?
like common sense, you know.
You guys are dumb. Take
No.
things out of context when it's
You're
when it
dumb and
helps your
everyone else is
conversation.
dumb. If people don't know how often they should clean their ears. I don't know. How about every time you jump in the shower?
You don't shower in the morning. I think that's weird.
I shower every day. I don't need to shower to see you. Dude barely puts pants on. I got to shower to see him.
It's true.
You,
He's got a point.
my friend, you clean your ears in the shower. Yeah, when you're with the shampoo or soap or whatever you're doing, you're giving your behind your ears so you don't get any fucking crust or grossness, right?
That's a given.
Now, when you get out of the shower, the inside of your ears, like I'm not talking in there, but just like the curvature of your ear, it's gonna be wet
Every day.
So I think you take a little piece of toilet paper and soak up the moisture and the wetness so that's not there.
Isn't that what a Q-tip
That's
is?
what the Q-tip's for. You guys are dumb.
And
that what
then,
a Q-tip's for?
and then
You
I
guys are
think,
so dumb.
Then I think
Yeah, you go
then
in
I
the
think
little. You go in the.
Shove a Q-tip
then
in your
then I
ear.
think
You
like
trace the crevice.
then like once a week or so.
You put the
Maybe
Q-tip
like
on the,
then I think once a week you get in there.
the Q-tip goes on the ear maze, and then eventually you just go not all the way in. And I know you're not supposed to because you're really just pushing everything in, but you do a little twisting motion to allow the Q-tip to pick up the wax, and then
Every day.
every time you shower.
Every time you shower. The end. Dirt merchants. Jesus. Got to teach you guys how to shower? How to clean your ears?
But a doctor
What a
will
bunch
tell
of
you. A doctor will
morons.
tell you not to get
No,
in
a doctor will tell you not to shove anything in your ear. That's what a doctor would tell you not to do. You could clean your ear with a Q-tip every time you shower. That's why you're using toilet paper. That's what the Q-tip is for.
Are you talking about a deep clean with one of those things that
That's not
like
what
a little
the
scooper
That's
thing.
not what the guy asked.
Those are when you get a good piece of like, or a good little like.
I can't even believe you're entertaining this question.
If you pull a Q-tip out of your ear, he says he just drives it with his previous day's shirt. That's Mark. Because you could get in. What you're doing with a Q-tip, you could do with anything really. Q-tips is just an easy pharmacy item to use, but
yeah, but it gets in the crevices,
the maze,
the crevassiers.
Yeah, everyone has different crevassiers.
Yeah, they do. But that's why
Spot has big fat crevassiers because Spot's headphones fall out of his ears.
That's why they give you like 1,000 of them in a box. You're supposed to use them. You think that all those Q-tips are supposed to last you a lifetime?
Also have attached earlobes.
Bozos.
Big hole. I got a big hole.
I don't think anyone's wrong here. I think
everybody's
people that
wrong.
don't clean.
Use your finger. Be a man.
You're supposed to clean your ear every day. Every time you shower. Every time you shower.
I bought that kit and we never used it. We should use it one day.
Was that for you? I
did it. It didn't work.
Things like that at home, like it worries me because I feel like your body's naturally handles itself.
But Spot, you're a natural body guy, so I feel like you're the type of guy that's like, I don't do it a lot because my body's supposed to.
I don't want to do deep cleans because I'm really under the impression
that your wax is supposed to be there.
Wax is protecting my ear.
You know what's not supposed to be there though? Hair. And I'm telling you, I'm losing hair in my head and I'm getting the hair in my ear.
Supposed to be there.
Just
not to the extent.
I do the ear check once a week with Sarah. I'm like,
it's so embarrassing.
I hand Sarah the tweezers.
Yeah.
And I go, get in there. Because you could see the ones that are poking out a little bit, but Sarah's always like, ooh, there's one that you missed.
I hate that.
You're getting older. You have a couple ear hairs. But I'll never be the guy that has the ear hairs because I fucking take care of them. But it's with a
what's Brent Maxwell talking about? You're no Brent Rambo.
That's a good point. No one's. I mean, who is?
His name is Brett. It's Brent Rambo, right? Brent Maxwell says I need a fact checker. When you get in a shower, you dry your ears out and clean them out with a Q-tip.
Facts checked.
Yeah.
You don't deep clean and rinse out the inside of your ears and the chunks fall out like you see on social media every day. Maybe you do that once a year, once a life. I've never done it, period.
I hadn't cleaned my ears in so long. Chunk from the Goonies fell out.
I do.
A chunky bar from the 80s came out.
A chunky bar.
I get it.
Silver wrapper.
I get in there. I do go against doctor's orders and like I do get in there with a Q-tip and
I go deeper than I should.
Carefully go in there deeper with a Q-tip and usually it's pretty clean. Once in a while you get a little like ooh, you pull out the Q-tip and there's a little yellow little something and you're like ooh.
I didn't clean my ears for so long. Q-tip actually the wrapper came out of my ear.
He was like represent.
We should do that thing though.
No. It's like getting a colonoscopy or not. I'm sorry, not a enema.
My kids always got my son's always got Ben's always got like fucking snot in his nose, wax in his ears.
Yeah,
he's a little fucking dirt boy.
Like I'm a firm believer. I'm a firm believer that your body, it's fucking years, thousands and thousands of years of evolution. Your body knows what it's doing, except for when a foreign body comes in there. But I think naturally your body can handle.
You're supposed to have hair on your balls. You keep it there for you like that.
Well, it's supposed to be there actually. Yeah, for protection.
For protection of what? Warmth.
Unkempt bush.
Continue, some good body.
Let's come on. Let's go, Brent Rambo. I've never candled my ears. I've
done that.
You did it.
I don't understand how that works.
The air pressure of the smoke pulls out shit. I don't know.
Use a bearded wick candle on your ear.
No, I don't think that's how it works.
If you're a grown adult and you have to ask us how often to clean your ears when there's something called Google.
I don't think it was an answer. I think it was a question like more of a conversation starter. Like,
it was posted on social media. But I mean, isn't this like an obvious?
Yeah,
like, didn't you learn this when you were like 4 years old? Like this is like, how often should I brush my teeth? I don't know. Every day, dude. Every day. Like, hey man, should I wipe my ass every time I take a shit? Yeah, probably. Like these are not questions that adults should be like going over. Are you serious? Now getting a deep rinse, which is a whole other conversation.
Here we go.
I'm not sure you need it, but
let's see what I typed in a symptom and I'm dying says. Should you clean your ears? Ideally, no. Interesting.
Ear canal shouldn't need cleaning?
Your ear canals shouldn't need. Sorry, I wanted to.
I clean them every time I pull my headphones out, and it's like
but if
a
little
and a little golden nugget.
But if too much earwax builds up and starts to cause symptoms, or it keeps your doctor from doing a proper ear exam, you might have something called cerumen impaction.
Please go. Hold on, I'm gonna find one real quick, and then we'll go. Then we'll go.
This means earwax has completely filled your ear canal, and you can't hear. The symptoms include pain or feeling of fullness in your ear, feeling like your ear is plugged, partial loss of hearing, ringing in your ear, known as tinnitus, itching, discharge, or
Spot has so
smell.
much earwax. Like I saw orange shit sticking out. I thought he had earplugs in.
How to clean your ears. If your problem isn't serious, but you do feel like you have too much earwax, you can gently clean the outside of your ears. Just use a washcloth. Try putting a few drops of baby oil, hydrogen peroxide, mineral oil, or glycerin in your ear to soften the wax, or you can use over-the-counter ear.
What a waste. And people need to clean their ears out because they're not even listening. Even Jordan's hitting me up. Rich is right. You're not supposed to use a Q-tip in your ear.
Besides
I never said
cotton
shove
swabs,
a Q-tip in your ear. I never said shove a Q-tip in your ear ever. In fact, I said doctors say not to do
Listen
that.
to this. Besides cotton swabs or other small pointy objects, don't use ear candles to clean your ears. Studies show they're not effective and they can cause injury. The hollow
If you
candles.
guys cleaned your ears out, you realize I'm talking a lot of sense.
Yeah, maybe people need to clean their ears out, Covino. It's something you've noticed.
That's
Maybe
what I've been saying. I've been saying it for years. Clean your motherfucking ears out.
It can burn or even pierce the inside of the ear. Do you really want that?
Hey, Spot, I just sent you a video on CNRs. I just sent it just to CNR. Check it out. It's a TikTok I just sent. I get these on my feed all the time, and it's amazing.
Amazing.
What comes out of people's ears?
Oh, I don't want to see this. I don't like seeing these things.
Come on, dude. Check it out.
No, it's just gross.
I found my bike cover.
Warning. Grossness ahead.
Look at this. That's in someone's ear.
Yeah. You guys are saying don't clean them.
No, yeah, but I'm saying like you don't clean that deep in your ear. I'm saying imagine if you found that you had that in your ear and all of a sudden that came out of your ear.
I mean, it's magnified, so it looks worse than it actually is.
I know, but Spot. Hey, Spot. Hold on. I'm gonna send you one more.
This is like oddly satisfying.
I bet they're all on my feed.
It's like an old condom stuck in his ear.
God, what is that?
Rich, you probably got some old condom stuck in your ear.
From the early 2000s.
From the early 2000s.
Hey, Spot. I just sent you. How is that even funny? Like I'll laugh at that. I don't even know how that's.
How's it not? You want me to show you a kid video?
I'm laughing at the running joke of from the early 2000s.
Yeah.
That makes me laugh.
Hey, Spot. Play one more and then we'll call it a day.
Did you send it to me?
I just sent it. It's another TikTok, and it's
gross.
The people that get the water shot in their ear.
Yeah.
That I bought the home kit, but I'm scared to use it because Spot's right. I'm scared I'm gonna I feel fine now, so I'm like, if I feel fine now,
yeah,
I can do this and get an ear infection and be like, why the fuck did I do that?
Yeah, people got fucking.
But look at this guy right here.
Gross
Look at
things coming out.
Young gentleman get his ears flushed.
So
It's a
ear
great
flushing.
way to clean the ears as long as you keep the temperature of the water close to 98 degrees. It's a simple thing we do, and
cliches
patients
in there.
love it because they feel like they're hearing in high definition afterwards.
People are hearing in HD. Look at all the chunks that are coming out of this guy's ear.
It's a great way to clean the ears.
Look at that.
Imagine how well you'd hear your
Keep the
TV
temperature of the
speakers.
water
Look at that.
close to 98 degrees.
Chunk.
It's a simple thing we do,
Chunk.
and patients love it.
Look at all those
because they feel
chunks
like
of
they're hearing
fucking
in high
gross shit in his
definition
head.
afterwards.
Yes.
Would you want to get that procedure done?
Yeah, I'm intrigued, but I don't think you need that more than like once a year.
No, I don't think once. I think
if
once every
ever.
5 years.
Yeah, once every 5
5,
years.
10 years.
So
Maybe
I don't know.
maybe when
So I would say a daily maintenance would be necessary.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, yes, you are just a clean guy. So the exterior and the curvature is a Spot. What did Spot say? You said it so eloquently. What is it? The roadmap of your ears. What did you call it?
Ear maze?
Your ear maze.
canal?
Your ear maze. You don't want schmutz in, but these people got shit in their ears. So I think maybe Covino, in 5 years from now, when you're 50, you could be like, all right, 50.
Remember when I got that
Get a flush.
Remember when I got that earpiece stuck in my ear? Our first week of SNY?
Yeah.
That was fun.
I love that story.
That's right. They pulled like didn't he pull an old license plate out of your ear in a boot?
Yeah,
Pull an old rubber tire stuck in Spot's ear.
I'm gonna clean my ears right now.
Well,
on that note, clean your ears.
Clean your ears and wash your ass, guys. Wash your ass every day. Catch me on Turbo later tonight, SXM 41. Stevie Needs Bennies. Rich Davis on Pop 2K. 2K. Hit us up at Covino and Rich. Spot is working hard, putting new clips up every day, especially on our Twitter at Covino and Rich. If you guys think that a particular part of our show stood out.
Yeah, can you guys be helpful with this? That would be really cool. And then you feel like
we're not asking you to do the work. It's hard for Rich and I to gauge sometimes what was funny, right? Because we're in the moment.
Yeah, like
sometimes things stand out to you that we didn't even
people are commenting.
See or forgot about.
People are commenting on all the things that we do all show. So if there's a moment where you're like, yo, that was the 30-second moment of the day, never hesitate to hit us up, because every day after the show,
we may
like,
have missed it.
We're like, fuck, what
forgot
was the highlight of today? I don't know. It's
also what helps the cause is engagement.
So Twitter, comments, everything.
Yeah, like you comment or retweet, like, heart. Same goes for the Facebook. If you like or even just leave a comment or like a laughy face or anything.
Andrew Hart, that bad boy.
It's all part of the cause.
Thank you.
Make the work I'm doing count.
Ian Kennedy and the Carls.
Is something going down in Canada today? A truck convoy?
Oh.
No,
Donnie Pompidou.
Doug Ferrier is. On Two Chicks at Once.
Whoa.
Donnie Pompidou got a new grill.
It's the best grill. Best grill. He got the best
grill.
deal on it. He knows how to grill. He gets the best meats. Anyway, love you, Donnie. Love all the Carls. Everyone on Discord and Datcord. Everyone here on our YouTube feed, our Patreon. Tell your friends about it. Hit us up at Covino and Rich. And remember, foxsportsradio.com. Thank you, guys.
No, we'll see you tomorrow. Arrivederci, baby.
See you in the promised land.
Goodbye.
Let's go.